and darkness shines. Don't get lost in the madness of the night. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go.
We're no strangers to the fallout. It's what got us here. Ever changing, some chameleon. Blood, sweat, and tears. We'll never make it if we fall to everything that brings us down. With a comeback is now. Blood, sweat, and tears. Fight for what we want. Doesn't matter the cost. Every day, put in work. Blood, sweat, and tears. Nothing comes worth compromising with what hurts inside. When you let fear decide your fate, you don't choose which path to take in life. I'm finally letting go of everything that still holds me. I'm against all odds, but I won't give up, 'cause it's my time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, and no one let me down. Destiny is calling high. I'm not afraid to fight for everything I love. Victory's on my side. The more we lose, the more we gain. The more that nothing stays the same. In time, can't look back but can't forget. What you see is what you get. Sometimes gonna show the world tonight the light that shines inside us. We're against the odds, but we won't give up, 'cause it's our time to shine. Your perfect glow and darkness shines. Don't get lost in the madness of the night. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go.
We're no strangers to the fallout. It's what got us here. Ever changing, some chameleon. Blood, sweat, and tears. We'll never make it if we fall to everything that brings us down. With a comeback is now. Blood, sweat, and tears. Fight for what we want. Doesn't matter the cost. Every day, put in work. Blood, sweat, and tears. Nothing comes overnight. Taking numbers, start to line. We don't bow to fear.
What's a life without its worth? Compromising with what hurts inside, inside. When you let fear decide your fate, you don't choose which path to take in life. In life, I'm finally letting go of everything that still holds me. I'm against all odds, but I won't give up, 'cause it's my time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, and no one let me down. Destiny is calling high. I'm not afraid to fight for everything I love. Victory's on my side. The more we lose, the more we gain. The more that nothing stays the same. In time, in time. Can't love ever, can't forget. What you see is what you get sometimes. Sometimes. Gonna show the world tonight the light that shines inside us. We're against all odds, but we won't give up, 'cause it's our time to shine. Standing in the spotlight. Your perfect love and darkness shines. Don't get lost in the madness of the night. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go.
We're no strangers to the fallout. It's what got us here. Ever changing, some chameleon. Blood, sweat, and tears. We'll never make it if we fall to everything that brings us down. With a comeback is now. Blood, sweat, and tears. Fight for what we want. 'Cause it matters the cost. Every day, put in work. Blood, sweat, and tears. Nothing comes overnight. Strength in numbers start to line. We don't bow to
decide your fate. You don't choose which path to take alive. In life, I'm finally letting go of everything that still holds me. I'm against all odds, but I won't give up, 'cause it's my time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, can no one back me down. Destiny is calling high. I'm not afraid to fight for everything I love. Victory is on my side. The more we lose, the more we gain. The more that nothing stays the same. In time, can't love ever, can't forget. What you see is what you get. Sometimes gonna show the world tonight the light that shines inside us. We're against all odds, but we won't give up, 'cause it's our time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, can no one back us down. Destiny is calling high. We're not afraid to fight for everything we love. Victory is on our side. Takiki takiki takitao. Takiki takiki takitao. Takiki takiki takitao. Takiki takiki takitao. Everything that still holds us. 'Cause it's our time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, can no one back us down. Destiny is calling high. We're not afraid to fight for everything we love. Victory is on our side. It's our time to shine. High in light.
Raise defense, about to commence. My senses can feel the suspense. Don't be tense, get off the fence. Strike them down with my fighting sequence. Let me just take a breath out of all of their tricks. They might put me to the test, but I got finesse. And I feel the opposition, but it won't be for long. Let the story be written, we were rid of the wrongs. How did I get myself in a battle like this? My fate is hanging in the balance of the wind. Trouble's always knocking on my door like a song rising up. We're stronger as one. I've got all the power, enemies devoured. In the final hour, hit from a mile, the victors roar. They play a charade, they'll find out that it's too late. Struck a match, it's up in flames. Out of the ash, a legend is born. They'll tremble just like a charm in the wind. It'll start earthquakes, would even cave in. Out of the shadows, I'm rising again. Way too easy, I'm born to win. Underestimate the way I'm moving. It will be revealed in reputation. You'll never win if you're facing me. Just watch out. Let me just take a breath out of all of their tricks. They might put me to the test, but I got finesse. And I feel the opposition, but it won't be for long. Let the story be written, we were rid of the wrongs. How did I get myself in a battle like this? My fate is hanging in the balance of the wind. Trouble's always knocking on my door like a song rising up. We're stronger as one. I've got all the power, enemies devoured. In the final hour, hit from a mile, the victors roar. They play a charade, they'll find out that it's too late.
Your perfect glow in darkness shines. Don't get lost in the madness of the night. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, go. Ready, set, ready, set, ready, set, ready, set. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go.
We're no strangers to the fallout. It's what got us here. Ever changing, some chameleon. Blood, sweat, and tears.
Game on! Everything begins! Welcome to the 2023 KIC version introduction. KIC 2023 brings together multiple representative teams from different countries and regions to compete on the same stage. In order to provide a more diverse gaming experience and ensure fairness to the tournament while considering the players from various countries and regions, we have specially created the KIC 2023 tournament version. This KIC will use the standard Heroes Gorge 5v5 battlefield. By participating in operation and team fights, competing for resources, improving your level and equipment, destroying the enemy's crystal, and ultimately achieving victory in the match. In addition to hero confrontations, there are various monsters scattered on the battlefield that provide powerful buffs when killed. Among them, the Overlord and the Tyrant, which spawn at the 4-minute mark, are crucial resources that both sides must contest. Killing the Overlord assists the team's progress, while defeating the Tyrant significantly increases the chance of winning team fights. The Overlord and the Tyrant evolve at the 10-minute mark, making them tougher to kill, but the rewards are higher. When the match reaches 20 minutes, the Tempest Dragon will descend onto the battlefield, and a successful kill will grant the team the power to potentially end the match. While contesting resources, it's also crucial to pay attention to the impacts of special mechanics. The jungle sprite's protection and tower protection mechanisms in the area before the 4-minute mark are particularly important. Don't blindly attack and give the opposing team a chance to defend and counterattack. Moreover, utilizing teleportation mechanisms effectively can create situations where you have a numerical advantage, laying the foundation for winning the match. As for the hero pool, this KIC features a total of 94 distinct heroes, which includes 72 heroes from Honor of Kings and 22 heroes from Arena of Valor. There are popular heroes from Honor of Kings like Mei and Jing, as well as representative heroes from Arena of Valor like Butterfly and Zip. In upcoming episodes, we'll continue to introduce more, so please stay tuned. On other aspects, Arcana and Common Skill can be customized before the match starts to enhance hero attributes and diversify gameplay. Equipment, on the other hand, needs to be purchased in-game to strengthen the hero's abilities and help the team secure victory in the match. That's the special edition of the Hero Moments version introduction for this issue. Let's look forward to the performances of various heroes on the KIC battlefield this time. The long-range capabilities that bring high sustained damage along with critical hit and slow effects that trouble heroes without a dash skill make Garo a late-game marksman well worth dedicating resources to.
Ignorance is the root of all evil.
Garo's passive skill, Piercing Arrow, allows her to deal extra damage to shields, making her a nemesis for Byron and Zhang Fei. Garo's skill 1, Enchanted Arrows. The enhanced basic attack extends the range and damage of skill 1. However, it will increase the basic attack interval and consume mana. When turned off, the basic attack will restore mana, so timing is crucial. Garo's skill 2, Silent Arrow, fires an arrow in the target direction, dealing damage, silencing, and slowing enemies along the path. The area the arrow passed through will explode after 1 second, causing extra damage. Silent Arrow can be used to scout bushes, similar to Consort U's skill 1, and interrupt enemy abilities at the right moment. Garo's ultimate, Sphere of Purity, creates a magical circle to increase her critical rate and attack speed. The critical hit from Garo reduces the movement speed of enemies. Creating or destroying a magic circle will deal damage to the enemies within range. Destroying the circle will increase the critical rate and movement speed of allied heroes within range. Garo is a typical late-game hero. Although Garo is a squishy hero without a dash skill, as long as you smoothly transition through the early and mid-game, Garo will become an absolute core damage dealer in the late game. That's it for this episode of Hero Moments. Let's look forward to Garo's performance in the upcoming KIC competition.
Shine everywhere.
Scaling marksman with a unique basic attack AoE damage and some self-preservation capabilities.
Hey, I'm over here.
Alessio's passive skill, the Rebellious Little Hawk, allows his basic attacks to cause area of effect damage, dealing an additional damage. Utilizing his passive skill well can help him siege turrets from outside their range. Alessio's skill 1, Upgraded Shell. The enhanced missiles developed by Alessio are partially funded by Byron. Alessio switches to enhanced missiles and enhances his next 3 basic attacks, dealing more AoE damage and extra damage. Alessio's skill 2, Legendary Hero Debut, throws a smoke bomb to grant invisibility to himself and allied heroes. At the same time, he propels himself into the air. Using basic attacks and the ultimate in the air will extend the airborne duration. Alessio's ultimate is Sunset Fireworks Show. Alessio leaps into the sky, gaining a brief moment of immunity, and locks onto an enemy hero, firing 5 missiles that deal damage to targets within the explosion range with each missile. In practical gameplay, Alessio tends to scale better in the late game. During the early laning phase, he excels at controlling the range and using basic attacks to pressure opponents. In the mid to late game, he leverages the jungle terrain to create opportunities for himself. Once fully developed, he can provide consistent and substantial damage in team fights. That's it for this episode of Hero Moments. Let's look forward to Alessio's performance in the upcoming KIC competition.
Penny for your thoughts.
慢一点，这红可以给的，他要过来打掉脸的。
我让你闪，你是对。
慢一点，慢一点。
The first skill landed on Morocco's down. That's the whole story shifted.
神之一手，兄弟。
This weapon is my best friend.
哎，这个老婆，没人。
I always get
Great
right.
ultimate here by Lorenz, trying to clean out the HP here. The poke is going to be enough.
来，继续，不走，可以继续。
Xiao A just pulling them back slowly as much as possible. Right here, 2 high ground tower gone. Also a minion here. Can they hold on? Godlike already. Xiao A
中线到了，
看对面的是男的，那些 try to hop in. And ultimate coming from Beijing is not gonna be enough. Triple kill for this coming. Quadra kill for Xiao Jiu.
Something simply must be done.
中华可以约啊，可以夹中华这不能夹，中华这不能夹。
People into the wall. What is happening here? Then Force is going to be the only one surviving.
The perfect victory is one that didn't cost a drop of blood.
过去，你过去。
Walk right over.
I'm just getting started. Passive Fuel and Sean will find a real nice spot to try to get in, and the passive has been triggered. Chasing in, Mustache has been taken out. Another passive has been triggered from this Charlotte. He's chasing this little tries. Even waiting. This is another best. Triple kill, and it's even going to be a quadra kill for Zimo.
直接补家，搞起来了，
I like the snap engagement, but he is safe away, and it's going to be Psycho Phantom trying to push back into the Shun one. Got the triple kill and just see back, and even the quadra kill goes over to the Shun one.
At least now it seems like it's time to come face to face with your fear. I'ma come out swinging when they open the gate. Go ahead, call passion, I'm calling it rage. I'm taking what's mine like I already own it. Watch but don't blink, going here's to the moment. Here's to the moment, the surrender. Here's to the madness that's
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2023 Honor of Kings International Championship, and you guys are joining us on day one of the knockout stage, live from Shenzhen Bao'an Stadium. I'm today's caster Nora.
I'm today's caster Gege, and definitely you can feel the hype inside the stadium. You might have seen us a couple times in the group stage, but we're at the knockout stage, so definitely it's gonna be a hype scene, and everybody's here. Just prepare for that.
This is going to be a totally new stage of our KIC tournament. I bet you, guys, that this is going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
first of all, we are going for that best of 7 format, and we know that that's going to be a huge challenge for all of those teams.
Yes, best of 7 format, it means that your hero pool is going to be tested. You're going to be like, choosing these heroes out of nowhere. We're going to see some weird combinations. We're going to see some awkward combination. But, these teams are here to make it work. These 8 teams coming from the group stage, do they have what it takes to go into the finals? Let's see to find out.
Yeah, I mean, these teams, the rest of 8 teams in total, they are not randomly picked from our team pools, right?
Yeah.
We've been through the first round of KPL qualify, we've been through the second round of the KPL qualify, wildcard qualify, and also not been mentioned to the double round robin of the group stage. And right now, 8 teams standing out of all of those challenges and make it to the knockout stage.
Yes, they came a long way. I mean, the fierce battles is always there. I mean, you can see that Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, they all made it here. Such a fantastic battle. And we're going to go into the dive of the details here pretty soon. And let's take a look at the recaps here. As we can see, our game number 1 today is going to be Chengdu AG versus one team, and I can't wait that to happen. Also, game 2 is going to be Beijing Weibo versus the Chongqing Wolves. That is going to be a straight banger. I can't wait for that one also as well.
Yeah, so the first round of our knockout stage is giving you guys a little bit taste of how intensive it is. And after the draw being decided who's going to play against each other, and the first game will be Chengdu AG against One Team Esports.
Yes, these 2 teams definitely, particularly, I'm looking for the farms lane, particularly, I'm seeing what's going to happen when you got player like Shubi-chan on AG and Jejai on one team. What's going to happen? The fireworks, the power, the action is going to be at the bottom lane.
Yeah, it's going to be fired up at the bottom lane. So definitely speaking to the first game, which will be Chengdu AG play against One Team Esports, the bottom focus will always be on the spotlight.
Yeah, you can see that bottom focus, that's where going to be the party at. And also on the top side, maybe some parties here and there, but mostly I feel like the action is going to be happening on the farms lane, since both of the ADCs on each team are so so well playing Slims, playing Terry, playing Caffeine, and a lot of different options. I'm wondering, maybe they're going to get target banned in the first game.
So definitely those AOV hero will be the turning point for both teams, because again, as the new format that we're doing, not only about the best of 7 format, but also one AOV limited hero.
That's
and
right.
Also, you need to decide who's going to be banned away and who's going to be the choices, because we need to ban away 5 different heroes per game.
That's right, 5 different heroes per game. That meaning 10 bans per game, since we're going to global ban pick rule, so you only can choose 1 hero for the usage of that series in that game. And yeah, definitely I'm expecting to see a lot of different heroes because we're doing longer games. We typically don't see this a lot in the group stage because the group stage is less BOs, but right now we're doing BO7s, so we're gonna see those, like those super weird combinations coming out. Maybe Zhuangzi, maybe Dr. Ban. The choices are limitless.
Definitely. I mean, definitely we were going to see so many refreshing compositions for today's best of 7. And also, before we really get into our today's real game, let's take a good look at the data comparison about these 2 different bottom lanes.
Yeah, you can see that the Pentagon graph is showing a lot of different statistics, like, kills per game, also total kills, goals per minute, damage per minute, goals percentage. Definitely you can see that Jejai's number is a little bit bigger here since they competed in more games in our KIC tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, like One Team Esports, they have been selected from the wildcard qualify, and we know that they have been the undefeated, so titled, back into the wildcard qualify. They go 10 wins in a row, so definitely One Team Esports will have a fantastic data compared to Chengdu AG.
Yeah.
And actually, Chengdu AG made it at the 3rd place from the 2nd round of the KPL qualify.
Yes.
And we know that how intensive it was back into the KPL qualify.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like everybody's going to be on the hype train for AG. I feel like I'm just going to get on for right now, but I'm going to get off a little bit later because I feel like, maybe they're going to go through the bottom bracket. But for today, I feel like they're still going to be in the upper bracket. So, we're still on the train right now. So we're not getting off. Hopefully, they're going to take us all the way to Chengdu, to their hometown.
Yeah, because as we know that our final will take place in Chengdu. And speaking to that upper bracket and lower bracket, and we should break it down a little bit about our double elimination where we're in the knockout stage. Because this today is never about the win or lose or eliminated or not. It's only about deciding which bracket you're going to go.
Definitely, and I feel like people are just rushing for that top bracket because you do get an extra life. If you lose, you can go do the bottom bracket and fight with your backup. And it's going to be a little bit different from last couple tournaments ago because last year's tournament is going to be single elimination, but this year, double elimination gives them more chance to come back as the underdog.
Yes. And as we can see, there's a small board showed up, and that's our prediction. And I see that you did a 4-1, right? AG 4-1, One Team Esports. So what might be the reason for that?
I feel like One Team still have that capacity because I feel like they cause a lot of threats to Hero before or to a different kind of teams like a KPL region team. So I feel like during that match when they versus TDG, they also did really well and they caused a lot of threats. And I feel like they do have the threats to the pushback AG since we're doing BO7s. So the possibility is going to be better. It's going to be greater.
So that's the reason for the 4-1 prediction. And to me, I mean, like, to be honest, I would say One Team Esports will be the underdog. Because actually they are standing for the last hope for the wildcard qualified teams, right?
Yes.
They are the only wildcard qualified teams who made it to the knockout stage, which is already being so incredible. And at the same time, today they're gonna go the uphill challenge against AG. It's not easy.
Oh, not easy.
To beat
Not
AG.
easy at all.
AG has been selected into the knockout stage by defeat that Wolves that we know that who's going to be one of the most dominated teams.
Yeah, I feel like realistically, you got to take a look at the numbers. I feel like AG doing such a fantastic job. You can see a lot of time they're falling behind. Even with 3 high ground tower completely destroyed.
Yes.
They still have the goals to come back. You can see that, they're using a lot of teamwork. The coordination is so tight. I mean, I mean, like, nothing can stop AG right now. I feel like everybody just rooting for them since, you know, AG really want to bring the champion home to their hometown, Chengdu.
Exactly. And we know that actually these two teams, they are standing for exactly the same lineup which they did back into the group stage. So let's take a good look at AG's first lineup. It's going to be Xuanran, Zhongyi, Changsheng, Xu Bicheng, and Cat.
Yes, these are not your stranger face, and they are the familiar faces that you've seen in the group stage already. You know what this team is capable of, and you know when you watch KIC, when you watch the group stage, you know how well they do in those games. And definitely Cat, Xu Bicheng with those signature heroes. I still remember that Athena that Cat played. Definitely has a lot of memories on my mind.
A really smart flex pick, so that might be the secret weapon for AG to do for today's VP phase. And on the other side, it's going to be one team Esports standing with exactly the same starting list, which will be with Yu, Zai Zai, Psyche, Jizai, and Lucky.
At least now it seems like it's time to come face to face with your fear. I'ma come out swinging when they open the gate. Go ahead, call passion, I'm calling it rage. I'm taking what's mine like I already own it. Watch but don't blink, going here's to the moment. Here's to the moment.
"大家好，我是英凯，欢迎来到世冠的比赛现场。今天是一场挑战者与被挑战者之间的对决，分别是来自外卡赛区的最强战力，以及来自 K 票赛区的银河战舰。接下来，朋友们，让我们用热烈的掌声欢迎成都 AG 超晚会。
Yes, and welcome back. Here is the AGs are walking out of their ways right now. Look at that cool pathway. Like
so cool.
It's like the heroes are just walking into the gorge, it seems like.
Yeah, and we can see they already light up the arena, and everyone just supports for this team because we know that AG, they are really powerful. They're really in their zone right now in KIC.
Right now, and the atmosphere is so hype, and you can see it in their eyes right now. The crowd, the stadium, everybody just putting their hands up for their favorite player.
All of those fans, they gathering here in Bao'an Stadium here in Shenzhen, all over from China. Fly here and trying to make their support to their favorite team.
That's right, and you know, we should feel pretty excited. I mean, this is, you know, the Bao'an Stadium here, and look at this, like, the crowd is even bigger than the stadium from last time in Shanghai.
Exactly, and here we go. It's gonna be one team Esports.
That's right, they're walking out. Also, you know, to note that, you know, they came a long way.
They came a long way indeed.
I mean, yes, normally, you know, we don't see a lot of, you know, wildcard qualifying can make it, but this is going to be one of those teams that make it this far. Definitely, they have a lot of potential to make a victory against AG in one of those games.
One team Esports, they are the one of the kind because they are the only team go through the wildcard qualified team and made it to the knockout stage. So definitely they're standing for the last hope of all of those wildcard qualified teams.
Yeah. Also to note that I really love Psyche, how he loves to play those assassins. He's a really good MVP sometimes in the game, and going against, you know, the mid laner from AG, I feel like, you know, it might be a different playstyle. You know, AG more having that team-oriented playstyle, like having those utility mages in the middle. But wow, this Psyche from one team, he's monstrous with those assassin mage like, so it might be a different playing styles from both sides of the team. I really love to see how they go head to head in the mid lanes in this game one.
Yeah, and actually I can just give you an example about why we're highlighting this Psyche the mage from One Team Esports so much, because we know that the similarity between these two teams is that they both went through the tiebreaker. in the group stage, right?
Yeah, you have to really understand. I have to give the audience a really good understanding of the tiebreaker. Definitely, it's really even hard to make it through the group stage, not even alone to the knockout stage. And with that tiebreaker, that means a lot of pressure is going to be on you because that tiebreaker really decides if you can go into the knockout stage. So yeah, definitely these two teams both went through the tiebreaker. So that's going to be one of the similarities in that game. And this is going to be it. One team versus AG. I'm really so psyched to see what's going to happen between those two games.
And actually, we can see a lot of things from the tiebreaker, from the composition for their last most important, most vital matchup. Because we know that one LV hero can be seen as a privilege to all of those teams. And we know that they're super powerful. And you can see Chengdu AG give that priority to Shibichen by using that slims. Do you remember the highlight?
Yeah, that's worth knowing because, I see some of those compositions, it's more geared towards those playstyles of AG where they shift the position of the core to Shibichen and also maybe back to Zhongyi, maybe using Zuka or, an AOV shooter like, Slims and Caffeine. So we can maybe see some of those strategies being implemented in our first round of the game. So definitely first round, I have a lot of anticipation. What's up with you, Dora? Like, what do you think is going to happen in the first game?
Yeah, I mean, like, back on track is all about team focus. I mean, just check Chengdu AG's Lux composition from tiebreaker. They give Shibichen the slim, so I bet the first game maybe they will ride for the Caffeine pick and try to play around Shibichen again, being the typical marksman-oriented composition. And on the other side, for One Team Esports, the reason why I mentioned about the Lux composition because they give the privilege to Psyche, the mage, let him to play the Liliana, which is quite rare because we know that most of the team might just highlight their marksman or their jungler, right?
Yeah.
But the last important tiebreaker matchup, which brought them into the knockout stage, they give Psyche the control of the map and let him to play the Liliana and lead the whole pace.
Yeah, definitely leading the whole pace. It means a lot. That's the tempo of the game. So you have to lead the game pretty nice, pretty well. And I feel one team did that pretty well, using that core player, rotating that Liliana to its Psyche player. So yeah, both teams, we might see those rotation happening, but I'm really excited if on the bottom lane, both sides gets those AOV hero. Jedi gets Slim or Shibichen gets Caffeine. I really want to see those players go head-to-head. So those is going to be a lot of fireworks at the bottom, a lot of actions. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, those two players are just phenomenal.
Exactly, and I mean, Chengdu AG, they actually had one of the advantage, which will be the sophistication about their operation. Their operation is really good because we know that they know quite well about the game. They have been playing this game for such a long time, so everyone just have their own experience. So definitely you can see every single game that they played in the previous matchups, they always just micro the game till the end, just snowball it. They're not really fancy about making a lot of things happen by using those team fight because it's quite risky. What about where you lost the team fight?
Yeah,
right?
and that's what we hope for. This also they are a team. AG, they are a team. We take note from what they did in the group stage. So cool, defeating this Whoops in the tiebreaker, and they have so much potential. I mean, to make those crazy comebacks even when they're behind. So I mean, we're gonna see some normal stuff. We're gonna see some crazy stuff. We might even see some weird stuff. I mean, they have Athena. What else we got? We have a lot of different combos. They have really aggressive.
I name you some. For example, for Chengdu AG, they use that Xenial to play at the top lane. And for the Athena picks, definitely would be a great flex pick because they use it as the assassin, as a jungler, and at the same time for the support. That secret weapon, that flex pick, helped them to beat Wolves. Actually, that helped them to. They didn't win that game by using the Athena support, but it really worked.
Yeah, I like those flex picks. It really fit into the draft. I mean, I really like the draft of AG. They can really adapt to different situations. I mean, you can use the Athena as a jungler, but if you see the other side's response, they can change it right away. They can shift that Athena to support or shift that Athena to jungler, depending on what kind of scenario are they in. So AG, being the flexible team that there is, also Cat is going to be a veteran player leading the team. Also, giving giving this Chen a lot of advice. I mean, pretty sure he's like the big brother, showing a lot of love for the whole team. So yeah, one team does have an uphill challenge here. Hopefully they can do their best to achieve this win.
I mean, like both support. Actually, we just mentioned about this topic, right? Just brought up to the table, and Cat is definitely going to be the shot caller from Chengdu AG, right? He's always trying to manage a lot of things and trying to do a lot of arrangement. But on the other side, for Lucky, he's mostly like the spiritual support, giving it to his brothers. And the shot caller for One Team Esports is actually Psyche, the mid laner.
I see Psyche got the control of, I feel like if he does get the AoV hero, we might see a lot of control on the mid lanes, a lot of rotations being going on. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the match to be happening here. It's going to be AG does maybe get on the blue side, as you see on the left side of the screen. It's going to be Chengdu AG on the blue, One Team Esports on the red. And here we go. Game number 1. And we are diving in straight into the BP phase.
Oh, you know, I'm really excited to see this BP phase because we know the best of 7 format is going to be great challenge for Yao Yao, because Yao Yao is really new to being as the head coach. And now they're doing the best of 7 format, and they need to ban away 5 heroes, which is also going to be quite new to Bao, the head coach for AG. Because we're used to having those 4 bans, right? Not 5 bans.
Extra ban, meaning you get to ban extra hero away.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to put a lot of restraints on both teams, because you know, usually you have 4 bans, now you have 5 bans, and right now our first pick is going to be out here, and I feel like, you know, I'm smelling it. I mean, AG is going to use that slimed, and they're going to shift that rotation to Chen, so their focus is going to be on the bottom lane.
We mentioned about this, right? We mentioned about the play style for AG is that definitely highlight their marksman, highlight their core player, Chen. So you can see like they just buy for that slimed without any hesitation. What's it?
That's right, and we have the counter pick on the on the red side. One team getting an Alien and also Direnjit. Not bad of a choice, but you know, they have to have a little bit more protection right here. They take away this Charlotte, also my Shinui. Really aggressive pick of choices coming from AG. So one team, they have to be careful. They need some protection here as John Fei is getting picked up here for one team.
So we can see like One Team Esports, they are seeking for safety at the bottom lane. They're not trying to be aggressive as they used to be. Like Jizai to play a lot of, you know, dominating hero at the bottom by himself. But this time when they're up against Chen, they are trying to make Jizai to be defensive and safe. But it just gives me a feeling that they try to let Psyche to have the one AoE hero, but if they didn't lock it in the previous 3 picks, then AG definitely gonna ban this Liliana away.
That's right, and Liliana gets banned away exactly on the second round of the ban pick phase. So yeah, they have to shift the AoE hero somewhere, and I feel like it's gonna be the jungler. Lucky, maybe using the John Fei already. Jedi already have the DNG available, so, and also the top lane already have Alien. So the final choice, Zuka also gets taken out, and that's the next choice I feel like One Team Esports want to pick out. So that's gonna leave them with limited choices of AoE heroes to choose from.
And I feel like it might be a Iggy pick, but I mean, if we are doing the best of 2 format again, then it's definitely gonna be Iggy. But since we're doing best of 7 format, we know that they need to save the hero course, but is it too much risky?
I'm not sure what's going on. Or are we? Wow, this is going to be interesting, but it's going to be a little bit squishy. Not sure what's going to happen here. It's one team's going to lock it in. They locked it. Are we? I mean, this hero, I mean, what I feel like is like this hero came out of nowhere. I mean, the reason I feel like they did it is because of mobility, because you see a lot of assassins is going to be on AG side, so mobility is going to be super important here. The time to travel to one destination definitely is going to be faster here for AOE, so maybe that's what they're going to think on their mind. They need to get to one objective faster than Chengdu AG.
Yeah, we can totally know the idea that why they're taking out this AOE, definitely trying to like Zai farm up well and just lead the whole game. But the thing is, I never thought that they would give Zai Zai such a great priority in game 1. Because back into the previous matchups, including the games that they played in the wildcard qualify, that they always play those what we call blue collar assassins, right? He never played like those true assassins. He played Xiahou Dun, the Dun, and also he played Zuka. But Aoi, this is actually the first ever Aoi that they played in KIC so far.
Definitely, he's been practicing. I know he's been doing his
He's
homework.
hiding it, right?
Yeah, he's hiding it, like just pretending like I'm not gonna play Aoi, but I'm just gonna play those tanky junglers and hiding my Bedfin till the last second. And yeah, typically it works well. I mean, you really have to watch for those early invasions, because if Aoi have those junglers getting taken out pretty early in the game, it might do a lot of damage to one team esports. And so yeah, the beginning of the jungle has to be have protection, and that's why this Zhang Fei here is carrying the smite. He's gonna secure a lot of those jungle camps for Aoi, helping him to get to the next level a lot quicker than AG. Hopefully that all works out, but I feel like AG is going to be the aggressive team, as they have this, you know, tanky jungler as the jungler for AG, so using that limb pull might cause a lot of trouble in the beginning for one team.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why they're taking out this limb pull, first thing is that they try to guard their own farms, right? They are trying to guard their own jungles, but at the same time, it just brought in a lot of tankiness in the early game for AG. And not even mention too, they got Mozi be played by Cat. And Mozi is a great hero to do those early harass against the other side of the team, right?
Yeah.
So definitely I'm seeing that AG, it seems like it's really obvious that one team will try to highlight their jungler and they try to prioritize the jungler farming pace. So definitely AG will do a lot of early harassment. They don't really need to get into the jungle and grab away all of those neutral monsters. They just need Mozi to land his second skill and try to do a small harassment, just slow him down, and that's it.
Yeah, you see, typically, you know, we choose Mozi to do those early harassment and really gives the pressure on the enemy side on the bottom lane, because, you know, Mozi with the slims, they're gonna cause a lot of trouble. I mean, throwing those projectiles, I mean, it's gonna be super annoying.
Like double stun.
Yeah, double stun. It's kind of like, you know, Shoyu and Mozi's combo, but a little bit better here is gonna be having slims and Mozi. I mean, wow, somebody had to delete this hero, Mozi. It's so annoying. Like, hitting those cannons is gonna slow you down every single time, and the CDs on that second skills on Mozi is super short. So hopefully, you know, one team is going to be prepared for that.
Yeah, and I just can't wait to see game 1. And this is the first game our knockout stage played by Chengdu AG, standing on the blue side, one team esports on the red. Yeah.
All right, let's get going here. And you can see Psyche still using those assassin-like mages in the middle, but look at this Cat and Chanshen already getting the priority on the mid lane. They want to make sure they can clean up the lane in the middle earlier than one team. And the crowd just using those drums to cheer their players on, and you can see the fans inside the stadium wearing the flags, flexing their muscles on the flag, just showing some love for all the players here inside the stadium.
And you know, actually, when we're doing best of 7, we know that it's gonna be a longer game than what we did in the group stage or the qualifiers, right? Because we were doing the best of 2 format, and it's gonna be quick games, and it ends. But when we're talking about best of 7 format, the first game matters a lot, because you're gonna set up your bars and to see like whether you're really in your zone or not.
That's right. First game is going to be that important game to see all your muscle memory. Is it warmed up? So definitely, you know, you better raise the bar pretty high, because once you do a lot better in the first game, definitely the next game and the next game is going to be a lot more better.
Yeah, because, you know, when we're doing the best of 7 format, it's going to be such a long game, and it's going to be a serious game. So definitely, if you win the first game, you can keep the momentum and just keep going.
That's right. Momentum is going to be super important here, as, you know, what happened in the group stage, what happened in the KPO qualifying, you know, like RW, they have the momentum, and that's where they got their win from. Oh, here's the wait. Almost first blood, but look at here, Charlotte using the skills, and here's going to be Aoi jumping in, but gets killed by this. Changsheng gets the kill, and that's going to be first blood for Chengdu AG.
That was the initiation done by One Team Esports. Actually, they really designed it, and they're trying to lock in Shenran. They really pressured a lot on Shenran, the Charlotte on the top lane. But as we mentioned before the game kickoff, is that the sophistication about the whole game is what AG has, right? So they just rotate faster than One Team Esports and let Changsheng the mind to get the first blood.
Yeah, cause and effect, you know, like the first in the beginning of Cat and this Changsheng clean the midway so fast so they can have the step in front of One Team from the very beginning. So, you know, once they know that, every move that One Team make, they're always a little bit step ahead.
Yeah. And also, you can see like AG utilizing their poking strategy at the bottom lane, being really annoying.
Oh, Jedi is going to be in danger. The dive is going to come in. 4 versus 2. Oh my god, John Fei's ultimate is going to be out. Jedi running for his life, but gets taken out. And here is going to be John Fei left alone under the tower, and nobody can stop that 4-man dive coming from AG.
I mean, like, AG just let Charlotte to play defensively on the top lane, and this is going to be a 2-1 tower dive.
Oh my god! The man survived for so long. Oh, he's almost getting taken out, but his second ability to dash out really keeps him alive. But look at that dive coming in from the top from One Team. One Team also not to be messed with because they want to show aggression. They don't want to be that more passive player. They want to fight back against Chengdu AG.
So definitely One Team Esports, they really try so hard to fight back, but the problem is crashes on all 3 lanes. You can see AG, they are not really gathering together. They're just using the effectiveness of their rotation and trying to do those solos at all 3 division lanes.
Yeah, I feel like AG does have a bit more solo killing potential. I mean, look at that early game invasion, the early game first blood from this Mai Shinui, and I feel like Jedi already has the 1 death already. It's going to be falling a little bit behind Shubi-Chen, so Shubi-Chen gets the go more, and right now they're fighting for the Tyrant. Tyrant goes in the hands of AG, and One Team still want to fight. The dive in for Alien with you, chasing Shubi-Chen. Shubi-Chen's running away, but here comes Jung-Yi with the help, jumping in with the ultimate. It's going to knock that 3-man. Once it goes in, knocking up all the players, but Aoi takes it out.
And we can see this fight is still keeping on. Mai trying to roll it in and did that. It's a 1-2 trade.
Wow, One Team actually fighting back. This is really cool because you can see that AG did try to fight back, but look, all the members of One Team was there, and AG was like 1 man short. So yeah, One Team completely dominated that small battle, that small skirmish there.
And we can see like the positioning of One Team Esports is saying like they are ready for these skirmishes, for this big team fight around the Dark Tyrant camp, right? They know that AG, after gaining the priority in the early game, definitely they won the 4 minutes neutral objective, definitely trying to empower themselves and try to snowball the game. So One Team Esports, they're already predicted and they're waiting for this team fight to happen.
Yeah, I really love that prediction One Team is doing, you know, those pre-damage, those anticipation, and we can go back to the replays to see what actually happened here. Jung-Yi working on the dragon, hitting it, but look at here, One Team jump in, Alien lead the way, forcing Shubi-Chen to get away, and look at this, also this Shangguan jump up in the air, and they gather around, even though the AG and want to jump in together, but the knockup coming from Aoi allows One Team to make the turnaround damage and make that battle happen for them.
Those light control really from One Team Esports is really annoying, and right now AG, they don't want to stop. They're just keep invading, they're just keep crushing on One Team Esports. Said like, you can do it one time, but you can't just constantly do this.
That's right. They give him an inch. One team they give him a mile. So definitely the difference there is a little bit different as AG just rushing the aggressiveness, and they're not slowing down. Definitely one team does not want to slow down either, because if you slow down, AG will take over.
Yeah, I mean like 8 kills in total for game 1, and it hasn't been 7 minutes. You can see like how intensive this game 1 was, and you can see how greedy these two teams are.
That's right. I mean, greedy is good, but definitely you don't want to go overboard. I mean, the takeaway is that, you want to balance between greediness and also the priorityness of those objectives. Because, in the end, who's going to push those towers? You have to make those push happen. You can't be like, like fighting forever. So definitely right now, AG is doing that pushing power as they take down one more tower on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and you know what? Shubi-Chen is always on his mission. He said, no worries, I know what I'm going to do.
That's right.
Destroying the towers, marching on, and they know that the ultimate goal of the whole game is that taking down the crystal on the other side.
That's right, and they're making some good trades here. I mean, AG making some great trades. They have the tower advantage, and look at the tower counts on one team. 0 towers so far, 0 tyrants so far. So definitely AG is winning this game right now in that resource category, also having that goal lead as well, slowly pulling apart. So towards that mid game, we might see AG doing more damage than one team.
I mean, the pace of AG in game 1 is much more faster than they played in the qualifier or in the group stage, and that's definitely going to be something to do with their homework that they did on One Team Esports. Because mentioned to the playstyle of One Team Esports, they're a really late game playstyle, right? They're always trying to let Jizai farm it up well and trying to do those big team fights and try to fight it back. And AG never let One Team Esports to have the chance to fight.
That's right, and there's a lot of pokes coming in and out. Look at that, the Mashinui. There's the ultimate from Junpei. Lucky has to force it out in order to survive. And Alien used the ultimate going with you getting over the wall. But then look at that, the crowd control coming from Jimmy knocks 2 enemy downs away from Esports, One Team Esports.
I mean, like, there's no retreat for AG. It's only one mission, is that keep invading, keep pushing. And you can see, like, all of those members from AG are still alive. They just stay alive, and by using this magnificent gold lead that they had, right? 5,000 already, and it hasn't been 10 minutes. They destroyed the high ground tower in the mid lane, and now they just need to wait for the 10 minutes mark. And after those, all of those crucial neutral objectives spawns at the 10 minutes mark, they can just solidify the game.
That's right. I mean, one team, throwing those punches in the beginning, it kind of hurt right now, but right now it's not doing any damage to AG. All of a sudden, you can see that turn of battle is the goal difference here. Goal difference is pretty much getting pulled apart by like 5K difference here on one team, and that 5K deficit. So definitely it's gonna hurt. Like, they don't have the item that they needed, so maybe they need to regroup and try to jump into the battle before thinking.
I mean, like, all of a sudden, the high ground tower of One Team Esports has been destroyed, but it was made by a series of snap engagement done by AG. They just keep pushing, keep engaging, and you can see, like, One Team Esports already being forced back to hide behind their high ground towers. The map control is solely of AG.
That's right, map control. You can see the mini map. All the blue dots are the blue side, and a lot of pokes coming from, Chanshan, coming from Xinbishan, coming from Cat. And look at that damage. I mean, it's gonna hurt. Those tiny damage does really builds up and forces one team to go back and recover. Every single time they recover, they took down one more neutral objective, and right now it's gonna be the 10 minutes mark as they fight for the Overlord or the Tyrants.
And I mean, play defensively is not gonna be the key point for One Team Esports to execute such a composition, because we shouldn't neglect that they got Ali, they got Shangguan, so definitely they are really eager to make something happen by those big team fights. But the thing is that with such a great deficit, they're not allowed to fight back. So they just the only thing that they can do is giving over all of those neutral objectives, giving it to AG.
Double Dragon here for AG. I mean, still, one team does have to stay calm and collected because they know that they have the goal deficit, so they can't really go head-to-head in those big team fights. But right now, try to squeeze their way, try to, make sure maintain those opportunities as much as possible. Here's the coming in. Jump coming from Jimmy. It's going to be good. Knocking up 2 enemies or 2. But Morton takes out this Jin. It's going to be trouble as AG keep on pushing forward. But there's no creep. Take one more hero. The crucial crowd control coming in from AG is ridiculous. Taking out 2 heroes in favor of AG.
I mean, after we got the double dragon, it seems like AG is trying to finish the game in a clean way. They just keep pushing it, and they just keep pushing on One Team Esports, and they just destroyed One Team Esports in game 1. Congratulations for AG getting the first point.
That's right, and look at that. The rumble in the jungle. I mean, Aoi did a really nice job in the beginning. The great first engagement for Aoi did really a lot of damage for AG, but AG kept the aggressiveness. They kept the pace, they kept the tempo alive, and really forcing one team to just go back to their base.
And to be honest, I'm obsessed with AG's playstyle that they showed us in game 1. because we know that they can play slow game. They really can slow it down and just, try to operate it a little bit. But the thing is, they are such a common guest in those finals, in those big stages. And they know that when they're playing best of 7 format, the momentum, those energy in game 1 matters a lot.
Yeah.
So instead of playing slow, why not we just destroy one team esports in game 1? Catch them off guard.
I feel I love their playing style. I mean, I'm really addicted to their playing style.
Yes.
Like, they're just giving you action over and over, and looking at all the opportunities, they made a lot of plays, and they outplay one team at the very end. I mean, one team did really came back really strong in one of those skirmishes, but eventually one team was stopped by AG right there and then. So yeah, a lot of excitement already in the first day, in the first match.
And it's going to be super exhilarating for AG to play so.
Yeah,
because we know that after they gain game 1 in such a fast speed, in such a fast way, then somehow they're trying to use this kind of playstyle to intimidate One Team Esports.
Yeah, I feel like One Team Esports don't want to play into their game style right now. I feel like it's gonna be a trap. So maybe they need to stay calm and collected, as I mentioned, twice about this. As one team, they need to play in their own play style. Think of some strategies and not walk into that trap. Maybe having some kind of heroes can slow them down. Maybe using those utility mages, but I feel like Psyche is still gonna use those assassin mages. It might not work that well against AG because AG also is going with assassin mage style.
Yeah, we can see like a lot of arrangement in the early game was made by One Team Esports. Definitely they worked on AG and they are trying to suffocate Shenran on the top in the early game. But the problem is they did 2-1, the tower dive twice, and only succeed once, and even did it as a 1-1 trade if I'm correct. So they're really trying to catch Shenran off guard, but the problem is she can't just stand for it.
Yeah, Shenran's like, you guys coming after me? Come on, guys. Like, I'm just not doing my thing here. Why is everybody like, picking on me? So definitely, I feel like Shenran did a lot of distraction for the whole team because, you're forcing 2 enemies of the players onto the top lane. That gives a lot of space on the bottom to do more damage. And you can see that, Jejai was facing a lot of pressure. The 4-man dive coming from the early game into the late games. I mean, that bottom lane was pretty much destroyed so fast.
Yes.
Shubi-chan took the first tower, then the second tower pretty much, falls eventually.
So you can see like the mission for all of the members from AG just distributed in quite a clear way, right?
Yes.
Everyone know what mission they're on. So you can see like Cat is keep using those poking damage from his second ability and try to harass those members at the bottom lane of One Team Esports. And Shubi-chen, after AG just getting really into those engagements, and Shubi-chen just say, hey guys, we need to take down the towers, right? Never care about how many kills you get, never care about how many gold leads you have. The ultimate goal is taking down all of the Tiger towers.
Also I love the Mozi, the support coming from Cat. I mean, his ultimate and the synergy of Nimpo's ultimate really combines really well. Nimpo jumps in, knock up 3 enemies, 2 enemies, then you have, Mozi already have that ultimate set up, and you have the rest of the team to do the follow-up damage. So a lot of great coordination coming from this team. So their VP definitely is going to be a little bit better. I feel like the blue side definitely have the advantage, but since I feel like the defeating sides will have the choice in the next match, so I'm seeing one team gonna get the blue side in the next one.
Yeah, because blue side, which means they can have the priority to make a lot of things happen on the VP phase. And right now we are diving into the team stats. As we can see, Chengdu AG, they just keep pushing. So the team fight participants for Cat might be really high.
Yeah, I feel like he landed almost every single skills of his second ability. So yeah, definitely a really high accuracy and providing a lot of stun time for the whole team to do more opportunity strikes.
Yeah, so AG, they are just really made this game 1 to be high tempo. So for One Team Esports, it's going to be a huge challenge for them that they know they're trying to play defensively, but the problem is how they're gonna guard it.
Yeah, I feel like Chengdu AG definitely they want to end the game early. They want to go home, have some hot pot. They're hungry. Definitely. But one team, however, I feel like they need to slow them down. I mean, the way they play. I mean, if they want to go against AG, they can't really go head to head so hard. They need to like figure out a way to slow them down, but at the same time, draw them out to a battle in the open. I mean, everything was kind of in an enclosed, and AG really, fight in those really congested areas. They work so well. AG knows the map. They know the terrain. They know which position is going to be best for the composition to engage. For example, in that bottom patch of the map, on that top patch of the map, towards the end of the game, one team area. I mean, AG engaged so well, knocking up all those enemies and doing a lot of fake vision, providing, those extra visions for Chengdu AG, allowing those big fights to happen. And 5v5 wise, most of the time, Chengdu AG takes out 2 enemies and comes out on top.
Yeah, so I would say like AG might just keep the same composition or keep the same playstyle, right? And try to prioritize their early game and try to make a lot of initiation happen in their own composition. That might be today's AG playstyle. So for One Team Esports, I would say some early powerful hero will be in favor of this team in the rest of the best of 7.
Yeah, and I feel like early power is going to be one of those substantial items that you need to do in the beginning. I mean, a lot of great potential plays come from the first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have our MVP board here. It's gonna be Zhongyi from Chengdu AG using that limb pool. Look at that damage taking percentage, 29.5%, and he is doing all the heavy lifting for the team, as he's gonna be a tank and also the jungler.
And including this game, he has used this limb pool 3 times with 100% winning rate.
Wow.
Including cat modes. Take it out 3 times and won 3 times.
I mean, like, he played a lot of great game. I mean, I might not be paying attention, but look at here. The coming up damage, the Zhongyi jumping in, and we can see in the replays that he just gaining the immunity. I mean, the jump fade tried to knock him back. Immunity was active right there and then, knocking them up and allowing them to get Jejai.
He just playing away that saying, it's my tower, it's not yours.
That's right, and here's Zhongyi. He's like, yo, this is my town, this is my
jungle.
That's right, I'm gonna grab everything you got.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be my home from now on.
This is my jump fade. Try to force out the ultimate. And you can see One Team Esports is kind of lost by such a infinite engagement that AG did throughout the game.
Yeah, this is the fight I'm talking about. The positioning, the formation of AG is so great. And you can see that Zhongyi jump in first, immunity damage reduction. I mean, that provided so much space. Follow-up damage by AG was so crucial there, and allows them to end the game here and then.
Yeah, so I do believe that AG will still keep on those initiative composition, and maybe they will just have those unique hero to be showed up in game 2. Well, who knows, because we know that it's going to be best of 7. But still, there's another task for AG, is that so far in KIC, there's no wildcard qualified team has ever win even 1 point from teams from KPL region. So AG is on a mission. They are kind of not allowed to lose even 1 game.
That's right, and I feel like they are trying their best. Definitely not to lose reputation. Definitely, they want to, save some faces.
The dignity.
Yeah, the dignity is going to be there. So definitely, same time, a lot of pressure here for AG as well. They want to make this a clean game. They want to end the game, 4-0. Definitely, that's going to be their choice. That's definitely going to be their goal. But one team definitely have that potential. I feel like, in some of those skirmishes, I mean, they fight back pretty well, but they kind of lost at the very end. So I would say early game, one team does hold it down pretty well. Mid game, they're kind of losing it a little bit. So hopefully they will work better in the next round.
Yeah, and we are gonna check it out after a short break.
First blood. Tyrant has been defeated. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team, red team, has destroyed a tower. Blue team has slain an enemy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the KIC International Championship. We are here at the knockout stage, and that's gonna mean, one team definitely gonna get knocked out. Some team, maybe gonna be staying. So definitely, we're not gonna find out who team is gonna win because we're going with BO7s. So in this next match, even though AG get to win, but still one team has the potential to come back.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's still a lot of opportunity, a lot of potential wax can be made by one team esports because this is not the D-Day for any of the teams to be knocked out, right? We are still going in the kind of like the first stage of our knockout stage.
Yes.
And definitely we're doing the best of 7 format, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one team esports and actually gain 1 point from AG.
Yeah,
That's gonna make their name in KIC, which they already did actually.
Yeah, I feel like this is getting to the point where you're wondering like how long it takes for them to get the win from AG. I mean, is it gonna be that in the next match, or is it gonna be this match, or is it gonna be the next match? So a lot of questions and doubts, but still I'm really looking forward to both of these teams to show us what they got. I feel like after these 10 days of rest, they already fully prepared. I mean, their composition are so much better. I mean, the difference of the intensity from the group stage and the knockout stage is totally 2 different levels here.
Yeah, I mean, like when we're doing the group stage, it's best of 2 format, right? You can just do it as an all-in, right? It's always gonna be sufficient for your hero pool to support what you're gonna choose, what you're gonna have for your composition. But best of 7 format, it's gonna be another story.
Yeah.
So I would say game 2 maybe AG. By winning game 1, for game 2 they are gonna have something different, something new, something really refreshing.
Yeah, I feel like AG still is hiding their secret weapon. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like, they're going up against one team, so they're still hiding those secret weapons, maybe waiting to go against a KPO team. So definitely, maybe still AG want to experiment some composition that they haven't, been so good with, and maybe, experiencing those composition against one team in today's match.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And AG, they can play some safe games, but this time they are on the rest side, so which means they can do a lot of counterattacks against one team esports. And one team esports, they are having the priority.
That's right. One team better bring it this round, because this second round definitely, is going to be a lot of pressure because they already lost the first round. So momentum is going to go over here to the AGs here.
Yes.
And since they're going to be on the red side, counter pick is going to be going on. As you can see, Iggy right here getting knocked out. And also, no surprise here, Prince Aladdin getting knocked out. Those vision controls are so precious right now in this game.
Main can just kind of promise with you that he can have his favorite hero, his most comfortable hero, because he used main 7 times and the winning rate is up to 85% of the winning rate, which is really high.
Main definitely one of those OP HOK heroes right now. Definitely a really high rate. Pick rate in those games and in this professional game as well. I mean, look at this. A lot of great assassin skills, a lot of initiation skills. I mean, the hero has immunity, has knockups, I mean, has a lot of mobility. I mean, what more do you need from Main?
So one team esports, this time maybe they try to highlight their top lane, right?
Yeah.
They are letting Zai to play Duan, which is also his most powerful hero. So, the way that one team esports, they are setting the strategy for doing the best of 7 format. During the ban pick phase, it seems like they are trying to use their weak composition to trade for AG's best composition in game 1.
Yeah, I feel like the trades is going to be good here, but definitely they need to be careful because AG, I feel like they still have that aggressive composition going on right now. Look at Alien, look at Zuka. There's a lot of dives coming in from this whole team. I mean, I feel like this Terry, he needs someone to protect him, also to take away those threats coming in from Chengdu AG.
And if we are talking about support, we are talking about those protections. Maybe Taiwan Z, right? Little Lu.
Yes, maybe Little Lu is going to be really sustainable, or we have this Dachao available, and let's see how they're going to get it. They don't have Fuzu, so this Dachao is going to be the regular or Little Lu. Exactly. There's going to be a lot of poking damage coming in from AG. I mean, you have a lot of, Zuka ability jumping in, and you have, this Jurgen doing a lot of those stuns. Little Lu is going to provide the sustainability one team needed to push forward.
And AG is kind of like bringing some burst out damage in their own composition, which they are just giving the answer by use the Angela. And we know that Angela can be super dominating when she upgrade to level 4 as a mage, right? The combo when he throws his fireballs and also trigger his ultimate can just take one member down without any time.
Yes, definitely Angela is going to be explosive in here
yes.
in the early game. I mean, those 1-2 skills, ultimate, I mean, this person is going to be gone, literally, in the beginning. And once that hero reaches level 4, I mean, I'm not going to walk into any bush. I feel like every bush, there's going to be an Angela there.
And she's waiting there, right?
Yeah.
She's ambushing there. And the same as Zhao Jun, like Princess Frost, right? The same for this hero. So, I mean, like AG, they can get a lot of vision control by causing such a great threat by Angel and also Zuko pick. So definitely AG can have the priority in the early game.
Yeah, I feel like the early game they have Zuko, so I mean, but the early invasion might not be really happening on both sides, since both sides jungler is going to be super tanky. And also, maybe, you know, this top laner is going to be really busy with each other on the cage fight scenario. So yeah, I feel like the action is going to be more on the bottom side. Maybe this Angela, maybe this, you know, Princess Frost is going to rotate down to the bottom lane, helping out their ADC, helping out Shubi Chen, and helping out Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, like, definitely the rotation for mages are important and so crucial for both teams, but the efficiency of their rotating speed is totally different, because Zhao Jun can never gain the priority against Angela by cleaning the waves by themselves. Except, besides One Team Esports, they are letting this one to be at the mid lane at the same time to protect, to bring the vision control for Zhao Jun and let her to clean up the waves.
Yeah, I feel like wave clearing wise, I feel like you know, Princess Frost definitely have more of the priority in the mid lanes. However, once Angela does get into that higher level, he's gonna have those abilities can clear the waves a little bit much faster. I mean, he can really take down those. Yeah, using the ultimate, and also that ultimate of CD is gonna be super fast. And by that time, when he gets all his AP items, I mean, he can take out the buff, the blue buff by herself.
Oh yes, and even for those future objectives.
Yeah, it's gonna be super dangerous because this Angela is gonna be, as I say, is gonna be super explosive and it's gonna hurt those damages.
I mean, like, cute but devastating.
Yes.
To be honest, this girl with the pigtails.
Yes.
And so again, AG, they might just seeking for those explosive way of playing the game by using the burst of damage that they had in the early game. And also, we should never neglect Zuko, because Zuko is totally different compared to Duen, because Zuka can be super powerful during the team fight if he can really farm up well in the early game. He can be both tanky and also powerful.
Yes, speaking of it, you know, Zuka definitely is that mobility tank. He can jump over walls. I mean, he didn't do a lot of moves that you cannot really expect him to do. Like, he jumps over walls and he makes those plays happen. I mean, a lot of play potential from the Zuka. And let's dive into our game number 2. One team on the left on the blue side versus Chengdu AG on the right on the red.
And you see, here's the detail, because the opening set is totally different compared to game 1. Both junglers are actually heading to the top lane.
Ooh, a little bit of hesitation here on one team as Jai went back to start their blue.
But AG, they just gain the priority on the top lane and rotate down as a duel.
Yes, they might have to go into the jungle. Maybe not yet. Maybe just farm a little bit slowly as they already have the top lane priority. So yeah, AG doesn't have to worry. But yeah, definitely compared to game 1, you can see that AG started with the priority in the mid lane. Now they're doing it on the top lane.
I mean, like, this is a really wise design for AG to do so, because after they gain the priority on the top lane, they can just actually rotate to the jungle as a duel, and Alien is helping Zuka out by higher up his efficiency about cleaning all of those neutral objectives. So actually Zuka can actually get into the mid lane even quicker than Duen.
Yeah, I feel like the early priority on the top lane makes things so much easier for this Zhongyi to jump into those mid lane fights. Also, it gives him the boost, you know, that level 2 boost, and he's gonna clear those jungles a little bit faster than Jai. And look at here, level 4 already for Zhongyi. Zhongyi trying to make it jump over the wall, but a little bit hesitant. Maybe they have a little bit too much enemies there. They're gonna pull back for now.
But the harassment is out there for AG to do so, because they already intimidate One Team Esports in the early game, saying that you could never step T further at the bottom lane. You can never cut down my bottom lane.
That's right, and Changsheng doing really well. Oh, Jai use the ultimate to get away from 3 members of AG, but they have to remain vigilant because AG is going to get aggressive pretty soon here as one team fighting back. But look at it, ultimate by Changsheng using that immunity. He was able to get away. And here's the Cat jumping in, Zuka jumping in. Psyche almost gets taken out and he's so low right now. But Terry gets the first blood, but Zuka gets Princess Frost.
This is a 1-1 trade. One Team Esports may trade for the support of AG. So I really like the way how these two teams are testing out each other, because AG, they already made the setup. They are trying to like Zuka coming from the rear, come from the nowhere. But the thing is, One Team Esports also predict what's going to happen, but they never thought that Zuka is also going to be there.
Yes.
They calculated that, alright, Angela's definitely going to be there. So Princess Frost just ambushing in the bushes, right? You can see like giving the first hand for One Team Esports to do so. But they forgot this Zuka.
Yeah, I feel like Zuka also being really patient. You can see that, you know, Princess Frost uses ultimate in that area, so he didn't jump in first.
Oh, yes.
He wait for the right moment to jump in, and such a collected mind this AG Zhongyi, this player has, using that Zuka, coming in at the right time at the clutch moments.
Exactly, and extra detail is that he never explodes his own vision.
Yeah, I feel like he does really nicely. You know, the vision control is going to be really nicely. But knowing that the vision by, you know, one team by that area, he can't really see him. So once he jump in, it's kind of like a surprise factor.
Yes. And you can see Zhongyi's jungling path is really smooth, I would say. He just came from all of those shortcuts from the riverside and from all of those entries on the other side of the jungle. It's all about the burst out damage that they can have from this Angela. Kind of just promise their early vision control for AG. So Zuka can go wherever he wants.
This is going to be trouble for Camp, but using the ultimate resurrection, bring him back, but he's still getting taken out by Terry. Terry is going to be on fire. 2 kills already on Terry. This is really great for Jedi.
And wait for Zuka's positioning. You can see exactly the same scenario is still happening.
Oh my God!
Zuka, they just being so devastating, and One Team Esports just collapsed by these kind of surroundings.
That's right, double kill on Alien, and here's also Lily getting taken out. Jedi still getting taken out also, but here's Jai on the final one, and here's gonna be taken out by 1. There's gonna be 1 for 5 trade.
And AG just aced One Team Esports around 4 minutes. What a huge advantage that AG made in this early game.
What in the world is happening? Look at those combos. The crucial crowd control provided by Zuka. The crowd control provided by Shuran jumping in, using those damages, using the ultimate for Alien. This is going to be crazy, and they did not see that coming. Look at the same positioning, kind of like deja vu battle from the last one. And here, they wait for the engagement from one team, and they re-engage later on.
I'm enjoying the Zuka coming from exactly the same place twice. And One Team Esports has been destroyed twice by this Zhongyi's ambush. And not even mentioned to this time, he's with Shenran.
Yeah, actually it's a 2 for 5, because, you know, Cat got taken out first, then later on, you know, Changsheng got taken out. But either way, it's going to be more favorable on the side of AG here, as AG got the goal lead. They're going to use that goal lead to take control of the map right now. But also, one team is fighting back. Also, they're not going to quit. They want to be proactive. They don't want to be passive. But here's the Howling Emblem coming from Cat. Cat using the Howling Emblem. AG is going to rush
another
in.
ambush from Zhongyi. Again, he's jumping in. But this time, he can't approach the marksman from One Team Esports, so it's going to be the time for him to retreat.
Yes.
Never been so overcommitted in game.
Yeah, the angle is a little bit too dangerous for Jimmy to jump in, because there's going to be a lot of enemies there to ambush him at that very moment. So he's like, nope, I'm not going to go in. I'm just going to turn around and go back to farm.
Oh, you can never see like such a baby boy can play in a nimble way.
That's right, and that's going to be the nimble Zuka jumping everywhere, and you can see that he just invading those jungles and jumping out of nowhere. It surprises one team. Definitely one team has to be more careful. Maybe, you know, open up the vision a little bit more. Providing a lot of vision for Jedi is going to be good. Right now, Jedi is doing really well, so maybe focus on the protection on Jedi.
Yes. So definitely One Team Esports is trying to protect their marksman, and on the other side of AG is that they're trying to marching forward. It's going to be another burst out damage coming from Chongqing. This Angela, and Alien is on mission. He just gets it in and tries to approach to this Terry, but Terry just escape away from the surrounding. But are you gonna escape away twice? I still got my brother, and here we go. Zuka again got the kill.
I feel like, Jeja a little bit overstepping here. He went a little bit into the front. I mean, he could actually go to the high ground and attack from there. I mean, he does have that range available for this Terry, but still, with that flash, still wasn't able to escape from the dramatic attack coming from Jura.
I mean, like, can you see the logic behind AG's ambushes, right? They are not doing it in a hazard way. Actually, they just carefully just calculated every single CC that they can do, right? So every time they're just faking that, alright, it's gonna be the end of the skirmish. It's gonna be the end of the engagement. And one team Esports, they just take one step before, one step getting in, and it's gonna be the kill.
That's right. Oh, almost get taken out. Psyche has to go back here. And also Jedi getting taken out again. So much damage right there. The bomb just dropped in. Zuka getting a ton of attack, but the second skill is gonna provide a lot of shields, and he is gonna survive as Chanshan goes in and do some damage, but Shunan also jumping in, but they have to back up and just pull back for now.
I mean, the problem for one team Esports is not only about how they're gonna guard, how they're gonna defend themselves. It's more about with such a great goal difference, again, granted to AG. You can see Alien being so tanky and super powerful, and so does Zuko. So it's gonna be like double warrior, double assassins.
Right here, AG using the Hound Ember jumping in. Here's also Alien jumping into the fight. They want to focus on the red, but everybody just focuses on the red, but they're one man short here for one team. Are you sure they want to do this right now? They want to go up against AG in this critical moment. Their goals is going to be behind by 5K right now. AG is pushing it forward, getting a lot of control of the map. 4 towers already in the pockets of AG versus 1 tower, or 0 towers from one team.
And I really want to talk about another detail of AG's play, is that they just set an alarm for themselves around 10 minutes mark, right? They are not really rushing into those engagements. They didn't lose their mind. Actually, when it's getting closer and closer to the 10 minutes mark, they always step back. They're always trying to secure their victory, secure the advantage.
It's going to be hard for Jejan to survive. How do you think Jejan is going to survive those fights right now? Because you have a lot of damage coming from Alien, a lot of damage coming from Angela, also the Zuka. So what's going to be there to protect this Terry?
I know, I can't imagine that how Terry is gonna survive, or even Jedi can't survive from the ambush from AG. But the problem is that how they're gonna putting out all of the sufficient output, right? Because the weakness of Terry, this specific hero, is that he's not that good about dealing all of those tanks. But again, AG, they've got double tanks, double warriors or double assassins, which will be the Alien and the Zuko.
That's right. Terry only had that flash available, and the mobility is going to be really limited on this hero. So, but if he does have those sustainable tanks in the front line, it does provide a lot of protection. But protection, as long as they survive, is going to be good. But the protection is going to be dropping really fast here in those battles here as AG are taking over.
And also, you mentioned about the tankiness, right? Is super crucial for one team Esports. But the problem is, the only tank that I can see from one team Esports composition is this Dai Scrum. But the thing is that, check the gold difference, right? Zuka already up to 8,000 golds, but Dun got like 3,000 gold behind.
That's
so
right.
How he's gonna soak in all of those damage, all of those burst out damage dealt by AG?
Yeah, AG is picking up the pace, and they can't really compete with AG right now. Their gold difference is so huge.
Yeah.
So huge. 8.6K versus 5.3K. I mean, and here almost getting the dragon for Jedi, but just a quite bit short. But still, AG is doing their thing right now, getting the same scenario, kind of like the game 1.
So you can see like AG, 2 games, they are always executing in kind of like a similar pace, right? Early game, be super aggressive, super proactive, and after setting up all of those advantages, they are just setting back and by gaining those double dragon around 10 minutes mark, secure the game, and that's it, snowball the game.
Yeah, I feel like their macro is going to be really good. Oh, they drain the back and almost getting taken out using the Imperial Order, but still forcing out 2 ultimate from AG side. He's still survives. So Duan is getting also pretty tanked. So this is gonna be a good news here for one team.
And I mean, like, one team esports, they are trying to play around their high ground tower. It's gonna be a great advantage for themselves because with this Princess Cross out AOE damage by her like ultimate, they can clean up the minions in quite an easy way. So they can just play in a defensive way and try to do some counter attacks behind their high ground towers.
That's right, and that's going to be the only option for one team right now as they
Yeah.
get forced back and
Little
getting
choice.
suffocated. I mean, those damages coming from AG are no joke right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like AG just reading one team just like an open book, kind of like the first match. And I've seen this particular composition, actually, I can't remember it on the top of my head, but definitely it's going to be really familiar in those matches they play in the group stage.
Because AG, we know that Zhongyi is a great Zuka player.
Yes.
And he used Zuka several times. And also like Angela can be one of the signature hero for Chongqing. He might be the few players that use it. He used it once and win that game and won that game.
And I feel like they rotate, Zuka to Zhongyi because they want the jungler to feel comfortable.
Oh, yes.
Last game, however, they want Shubi-chan to feel more comfortable as ADC. So they're shifting, the AoE hero so far to Shubi-chan, and the game 2 to Zhongyi. I'm wondering maybe they can give that AoE hero to the top laner or the mid laners, or to Cat next game.
And you know what I can see from this kind of decision is full of confidence. Because they know that the AoV privilege can always be the standout throughout the game. So they are trustworthy to give it to one of their players. And they know that he can just lead the game, carry the team.
Yes. Right now, one team is doing pretty well. They're slowing down the game, and that's exactly what they want to do because they need to farm out right now. Forcing the fight out from AG right now is going to be impossible because AG does have that slight goalie, a big goalie actually. 10k, whopping of 10k, that's going to be in the hands of AG. I mean, if you run into a fight with AG, you better turn back now.
I mean, there's little choices left for one team esports right now, to be honest. So maybe they can just catch some minor opportunities give by AG if AG really makes some mistakes, right? When they're trying to do some tower dive with those reckless momentum or something like that to fight it back.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like AG does not want to make those mistakes. I mean,
Yeah.
they're so calm and collected right now. They're such a different team from when I saw them in the group stage. They are so much well coordinated in this one. They know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I can feel you, right? Everything is just being so well organized.
Yes. And we can wrap it up here as we are just going for the dragon. And AG does want to wrap it up. They want to, get the Tyrant, get this Overlord, and summon those Dark Overlords on the pathways and try to get those high ground towers. They already got one. So, almost crucial comes down. No way!
I'm looking for
No
crucial
way!
dragon theft by Terry again. And last time we see this, it was Shubi-chen
That's
used
right.
that Terry to reclaim the tower, but this time Jedi did it the same way.
That's right, in your face, AG. That's
it.
what Jedi does. And I feel like he has a lot of the potential to do those steals. I mean, he almost got those Tyrant once, but this time he did it on the Overlord. I mean, look at that. Shibi-Chen got on the Tyrant, but wow, that's the second time I see Terry does that.
And you can see AG is only furious about this dragon theft. They're ready for the last team fight, and you can see Shubi-Chen is doing really good during the team fight. He called in at the 1-1 trade, and Jiren did the rest of the team member just deal with them, got the double kill, and Angela even got another kill. So it's gonna be a 0-4 trade to make it as the consolation effort.
Yeah, I feel like it's futile to escape right now. Look at this. Mai trying to escape, but he is not getting too far. And the tower, the crystal, is getting destroyed right now. Congratulations to Chengdu AG for taking game 2.
Oh, I like it. I really like game 2, Jedi.
Yeah. Such a great outcome. I mean, look at that crucial kill steal. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like getting the Overlord at that time didn't really matter, I feel like. Because, they don't have the laning. The laning was like always done already. So like tower already destroyed on the bottom lane. Even though they have that Overlord, they only can push that team back for a little bit. I feel like during that time, the Tyrant is going to be more valuable.
Yeah.
It provides more damage buff, it provides more speed buff. But yeah, I feel like the Overlord, it was cool to steal, but it didn't really help one team in that final battle.
I mean, like the game 2 storyline is pretty much like game 1, right? We almost thought that, all right, AG can just secure the game by getting that Tyrant or Dark Tyrant, right? And just finish the game, snowball the game till the end. But we should never neglect that any progress that One Team Esports made in game, right?
Yeah.
That Dragon's Death, you know, even more excited is that he did it in exactly the same way what Shibichen did to other teams.
Yeah. This is exactly the deja vu moment.
Yeah, I really like that.
And it's gonna be on the blue side this time, getting the Overlord instead of the Tyrant. So, and when that happened, I feel like everybody just got so hyped.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really one of those hope that one team was trying to get, you know, maybe getting the Dragon Death or getting some crucial deaths out of AG. And I feel like AG was kind of glad in the beginning. They were like sad, then they got mad, and they ended the game just like that.
they are totally furious after they see
like,
the Dark Tower has been reclaimed.
Like, what happened? You took my dragon? Well, I'm gonna take your crystal.
I wouldn't call that a fair trade.
Yeah, fair trade. Dragon for one game.
Yeah, Dragon for one game for 1 point. And we know that after getting 2 points already for AG, 1 point away from the match point.
That's right. They just need 2 more points to get this win in this BO7. And also, you know, not to mention, you know, we're doing double elimination here. So even though, you know, if one team does not make it to this round, they still have a chance at the lower brackets as we're doing extra life for all the teams here today.
Yeah, I mean, good news is that once you be descended into the lower bracket, still the lower bracket, you are still gonna play another game, right?
Yeah.
You are not just officially being announced that you're gonna be knocked out in the journey in KIC here in 2023. And the good news for the winner team is that you have a shorter journey compared to those lower bracket teams, right?
Yeah,
you only got 2 more games to go.
Yeah, I feel
heading to the final.
Yeah, I feel like AG does get this win. If they do, I feel like they can just go straight in 2 more battles to reach the final. So yeah, definitely, I feel like AG does have a greater chance. Any team have a greater chance if they do win the first battle here in this BO7.
Yeah, so that's the whole point about the first stage in this knockout stage. And definitely AG is doing pretty good so far.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, they're gonna, you know, maintain that momentum as we're gonna dive into the team stats here. The numbers doesn't really lie. You can see that 10K goes on pretty much everybody except for Cat here on the side of AG. So much items being built. You can see that the stash for Dagger, the Doomsdays, and everything coming from Zuka. Like almost all the items are being built here. And yeah, everything just looks so good on the Chengdu AG side.
You can see like how intensive it was in the early game made by AG, right? 2 games the same way, right?
Yeah.
We mentioned about how great advantage that they built up in the early game, and after it getting closer to the 10 minutes mark, they are just going for that epic monsters and just secure the victory. So both games are going in exactly the same way.
I feel like they strategized this tactic just for one team because they know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's tailor-made for one team.
What?
Yeah, I feel like because game 1, same scenario. Game 2, same scenario. As Nora mentioned in the beginning, a lot of early gankings. Once they get that priority on the gankings, once they get that priority on the laning, then the priority on ganking, then they take down top tower, bottom tower, and 10 minutes mark, they secure both dragons.
Yeah.
Every single time. So you can see a pattern here. Hopefully one team, you know, they realize that. They want to make sure they can counter it in this next game. But I feel like Chengdu AG is so unpredictable. They might change it up in the next game, in game number 3.
And actually, I want to bring up some details to support your suggestion is that we know that One Team Esports is pretty in favor of those late game team fight to win out the other side of the team, which they did in the wildcard qualify, they did it in the group stage. And you can see, like, if you are really rumble in the early game, you could never have any chance to form up, right?
That's right.
That's exactly what we tell, like, as a tailor-made play style for AG today.
I feel like AG pretty much winning pretty much in all of the lanes in the early game. So that's why they have the priority on the ganking, and they make those gank work. I mean, every single time, there's still going to be a tiny risk, but AG made it work. It made it work for them. It made it favorable in their position. So I feel like AG will keep what they're doing. They want to be aggressive in the early game as always, and their playing style definitely really suggests they're going to do it again in the next game.
They might just keep doing this till they win out one team esports for this best of 7.
Yeah, I feel like you know, if one team esports doesn't find out, like they don't catch on, definitely AG is gonna keep on doing that, and here is gonna be the MVP again. Chongqing getting the MVP 2 times in a row using Zuka this time. Last time was Limpo, and both are really great junglers. And you know, we don't typically see those like heroes separated, but we usually see Limpo and Zuka together. But this time, he used them as both junglers and gained both MVPs.
Yeah, and I mean like the similarity between these two heroes is that they are they're capable of doing those engagements, doing those initiations.
And look at here, the replays. I mean, look at the initiations, you know, by these two heroes. The similarity is going to be a little bit similar as, you know, they have all movement ability, have immunity, so they can jump into the fights really fast. Those snap engagement really made it work for AG here.
And you can see like those scary duel, the scary top duel from AG, they just dominate the game. Alien and Zuka, each engagement, when they jumped in, they can just overturn the whole situation.
Yeah, and I feel like those stuns coming in from one team wasn't really much enough. I mean, you can see it, there's a lot of immunity offered by the Zuka in his kit. So every time this Princess Frost trying to frozen in his position, he always misses or gets immunity by the Zuka. And wow, towards the end, Zuka jumps in and get that crucial crowd control. And wow, with such an amazing, crazy team fight offer here by AG.
Yeah, I mean like there's several facts that why One Team Esports lost game 2. Like first thing that we mentioned is about the micro made by AG, right? They know the game quite well, they know the timeline quite well, so they are just executing the composition in quite a perfect way.
Yes.
And secondly, it's more about One Team Esports composition is lack of versatile damage. And we would say Terry is not one of those marksmen who can do great stuff to those tanks from the other side, right? So after Zuka and Alien being super tanky, being super beefy, it's still like gonna be like a huge challenge for One Team Esports to take down those frontliners from AG.
Yeah, I feel like Terry does have damage, but those damage are not going to be burst damage, as Nora mentioned. They're going to be like more continuous damage. That's why they pick the Toulouse. The Toulouse is going to provide the sustainability that they needed to make that battle a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I feel like the battle, the longer the battle goes, I feel more chances is going to be for one team to fight back. But burst damage coming in from AG was ridiculous. I mean, they did not want the battle to be happening for a long time. They want to end it as short as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent drop made by One Team Esports. It's only about they really need to polish more in-game, right? In-game performance. But, you know, we couldn't really criticize their performance in-game because I still believe that One Team Esports is doing their best. It's only the matter of the time. Because they have lack of experience compared to AG in this game.
Yeah, hopefully they can polish that in the next game. So yeah, right now stay tuned, don't go away, and we'll be right back after a short break.
Red team has slain an enemy. 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 Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Your team has reclaimed. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team killing spree. An enemy. Red team killing spree. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are doing the knockout stage. Hope you guys miss us, because we are going into our next match right now. Definitely, those two matches belong to AG. So this third match, maybe AG try to throw something different out there. Maybe try to experiment with something new here.
Oh, I wouldn't know, because we know that AG is these kind of teams that they might hide the secret weapon till the end. Because I still remember they only used Athena once when they play against Wolves. In the last game in the group stage. And before, Athena was always being the jungler pick for Chongqing.
Yeah, also I was wondering if one team might want to use Athena, because I feel like if they don't use it, time's gonna be running out. I mean, it's the third game. I mean, you have to fight back. You have to bring it right now, or you have to go hard. You either go hard right now, or you have to go home.
Because we know that is gonna be really serious problem for One Team Esports right now. And I do believe still they're going to pick in the blue side, because One Team Esports is quite in favor of blue side. But you know, due to the statistics, here's an interesting fact that we know that a lot of teams might have a higher winning rate compared to the position on the red side than on the blue side. But speaking to AG, they're kind of special, because actually when they're staying at the red side, they got a higher winning rate, or they pick the most red position in the previous matchup.
It's all about the team colors, man. I mean, the team colors. I mean, that's the good luck charm. I mean, look at them right now. Like, they're wearing red and black.
A red flag, red drum.
Red drum, red everything.
A red everything. The eyes are red, right?
Yeah. Like, it represents really a lot of luckiness in the mainland. So definitely, I feel like AG does have that lucky color going on, and that's why, you know, every time when they go on the red side, they still perform pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, like, they pick the most red in the previous matchup is really red, because most of the team might just in favor of the blue side.
Yes, and we are diving into our third game, and look at this. We're gonna see some different position. Oh, Prince Alani is not getting banned out. Wait a minute. Hold on. We might see AG picking that up. Oh, they still have one more ban here spot for one team, and one more spot ban for AG. So Prince Alani does not get picked up.
Prince Alani is open.
It's open. We have to take it. I mean, this is going to be a crucial hero.
Ooh.
Either one team is going to take it, or Chengdu is going to grab it after one team.
I mean, they need to take it.
That's right.
They are staying on the blue side. They won't let AG to have the Prince Alani to be such a great flash pick.
That's right. Prince Alani is definitely a great asset. I mean, vision control, burst damage, early game potentials. I mean, the options pretty much is going to be limitless here. I mean, it opens up a lot of opportunities if you have Prince Alani on your team.
Yeah, and due to the history of One Team Esports that they used with the Prince Alani, they let Lucky to play the Prince Alani as a support twice. And one time win, one time lose.
Oh, this is going to be a not bad of a choice, but still, definitely this Prince Alani can be more of a flex point pick, as you know, you mentioned Lucky played with this as a support, or they can shift it into Jai's position, using it as a proper jungle, but I feel like they're going to be
we still don't know, because we know that Zai used this alley for the first time in game one, right? It feels like One Team Esports, they're preparing something surprising, especially for AG.
Yeah, I feel like also Limbo is going to be another flex pick here. So yeah, I have no idea so far which hero is going to be the jungler. Or maybe Limbo is going to be on the top lane, but here it's going to be Chengdu AG. Chanshan using that Yixing definitely is one of those team-oriented heroes, the utility mage that AG is going to do. And they're going to go with a classic combo. Kaiser with this warrior on the top lane is going to be Mai, and also, you know, this Yixing. Really solid composition so far.
Yes, that's the word that I just want to mention. It's super solid.
That's right. Just read your mind right there. Out of nowhere.
I mean, like, but indeed, right, it's quite solid. And they got the tankiness from Kaiser. They got the warrior main, which is going to be super powerful on the top lane, and he can make a lot of things happen by herself. And
I was wondering maybe they need to pick Lulu, because there's a lot of poke damage, you know, coming in from this Iggy. But however, they have Prince Alani, so they might want to switch that support to someone else. And maybe Da Chao is going to be a great choice because Da Chao is going to send a lot of people back to the fountains, and they're going to refresh coming back to the battle. It's going to not only counters Prince Alani, but also provide a lot of sustainability for the rest of the teams here.
Yeah, I mean, Da Chao can be one of the answers, but we are used to see Da Chao paired with Fuzi, right?
Ooh.
So here's the thing that AG want to play. After they seen One Team Esports being super powerful and super explosive in the early game, they're trying to build up some tankiness in the early game, which might be like triple warrior, right? Kaiser, main, and also Fuzi. So there's actually no backliners from Chengdu AG that can see.
That's right, and they're pretty good with this composition. AG already, know this composition pretty well. They know how to macro this composition, and they know how to operate. So, yeah, no worries for AG. They know what they're up against. Definitely early pressure is going to be on AG in the very beginning, but once they get through that mid game, or they just need to get through the early game in order to make those compositions work.
Yeah, so that's the great thing that AG did to stay at the red side, is that they did a really decent counter pace. After they seen that One Team Esports trying to highlight their early game, they're trying to play it hat-to-hat against AG in the early game. They're just going for another intelligent pick, right? They just turn to play those triple warrior composition instead of bringing up another marksman, because they know that marksman can be super fragile in the early game and just can't defend himself in the early game against One Team Esports composition, especially they're within this Princess Lanling to play that support.
Yes. Also, I really like the choices that One Team is choosing out for the bottom lane. It's going to be Marco Polo. Marco Polo is going to be doing true damage to those warriors in the front line. So, those front lines are going to be super tanky. That's why this choice of Marco Polo is going to be considered. And he's carrying that Purify, so a lot of those stuns is not going to be working against Marco Polo as he jump in with the ultimate, hopefully to get some kills on those front lines from AG.
Yeah, and here's the insights you can see, right? Here's the insights of this BP phase is that in the first 3 picks, One Team Esports tried to play the hat-to-hat, but after AG taking out the Da Chao strategy, which actually this is the first Da Chao strategy that they played in KIC tournament so far.
I love the inside information. Please spill the tea for me, please more.
Enemy minions will
I mean,
arrive
these
in 5
compositions, these
seconds.
analysis, coming from Nora is absolutely great to hear it, and you can see some of those interesting, what's going on in their mind right now. So yeah, let's dive into game number 3 here. One team on the blue side and AG on the red side. Right now, the drums, the flags, the usuals, the crowd, the cheers, everybody getting pumped up for the game number 3.
And I really like the opening designs made by AG, because both game 2 and game 3, they are trying to make numbers in advantage on the top lane as the opening.
Yeah, you can see that cat rotate to the top lane pretty early. Top lane already have the advantage available, and this is going to be Mai. This is going to be super dangerous. All those skills combined is going to be really, really tough for the backliners to survive. Definitely this Jedi has to watch out for the Mai. Shenron is going to come out of nowhere and target the back row.
And also Marco Polo has been criticized by us for such a long time.
Many times. I feel like he's the #1 hero that's not going to survive in the farm lane.
Yeah. Because I think Marco Polo might at the bottom of the hierarchy among all of those marksmen, speaking to the ability playing during the laning. He can be a great fighter during the team fight, and also after he made the Doomsday or the Spark Forged dagger. But before like maybe 6 to 8 minutes, he's gonna be super squishy.
Ooh, nice engagement by Lucky here, almost getting a kill on Changshan. Changshan, however, have that flash available. He jumped over the walls, and that's gonna be a flash force out of AG in the mid laner. So yeah, you better watch out. Stays really, really healthy. Also, he has that pass available, so that's gonna be another insurance for AG in case they do the game.
Yeah, but still, it's gonna be really painful for Changshan, because he might be the only backliner from AG's composition.
Yeah, I feel like early game-wise, definitely one team has more of the advantage. But let's see how AG juggle this. They need to, make past the early game. They need to remain really, really stable. Make sure their lanes are not getting pushed in too much.
And AG is really not in hurry, because they are waiting for a catch upgrade to level 4. And after that, Shao has his ultimate available, they can initiate whenever they want.
Oh, Shenron 1v1 with you on the run right now. 5 level versus 4 level. What's it gonna be? Intimidate already. Oh, Shibichen trying to rush in, but misses. A little bit awkward here for the position of Fuzi.
So he's better to, get back to his own lane.
Yeah, I don't really see Shibichen plays a lot of Fuzi, so every time he plays those heroes, it might be really surprising for me.
And I mean, like, the logic when you're playing a warrior or a marksman is totally different. I mean, marksmen always keep the range, keep the distance against their enemies, right? Try to do some poking damage. But when you're playing the warrior, you really need to do a lot of melee fight. And it just kind of feel like you're being put in a dangerous position.
Yeah, I feel like Shibichen, he has a lot of great moments. I still love the fact like when he played that Guang Yu, that moment. One of those epic moments that we will never forget.
That was like a long time ago.
Yeah, now he's like almost growing up to be a man now.
Yeah.
But, oh, here's the engagement here. Gets the lockdown, but look at this. Shibichen is in trouble. He has to go home, but Kaiser jumping in. Shibichen goes down. 1-for-1 trade, and here's the fight still happening, but they're still gonna back off right now. Both teams are keeping their distance.
I mean, one team Esports really did better and better throughout the game, right? Game 3, they are even doing those even trade against AG, right? The progress are made by one team Esports game by game.
Yeah, tremendous progress by one team. I mean, look at that early game advantage.
Moving
I mean, they do have the early game advantage, so they want to jump into more fights as much as possible. But here, AG falling it back. They need to watch out for the position of Kaiser, because this Kaiser can take in a lot of damage and allows AG to do more follow-up damage.
And we know that the ultimate for Kaiser, when he breaks out his ultimate, he enters into the super armor mode, he can actually just walk away all of those bullets shot by Marco Polo. So he can be super tense, especially when he's playing against Marco Polo.
Ooh, with you using the intimidate, but still almost getting taken out, but still got away!
That was really close.
Super close battle, and he's gonna go home, and he's not gonna go down, but he has to recover. Intimidate is gonna save with you in that last crucial second.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to Intimidate, the comments goes. And right now, AG, they're trying to make something happen at the red buff side. For one team Esports, one man has been bounded and was supported with Prince Lonely. He was denied from the battlefield. And it seems like AG trying to keep their momentum. They're trying to keep fighting. Kaiser already entering into the super armor mood, so he can be super tanky, and he's just dominating the team fight. And after Mains just joining the party, AG just totally destroyed one team Esports with a 0-3 trade and even grabbed away the red buff.
Oh, here's Marco! Oh, finally! Marco have some usage here, getting one enemy down from the side from AG. I mean, look at here. Double buff on Marco Polo Jejan. Definitely surviving the early game. As long as Marco Polo survives the early game, I feel like towards that mid game, towards that late game, he's gonna scale so well.
Yeah, and the great news for Jeda is that he's gaining that red buff back for himself, and we know that Marco needs this red buff.
And I want to mention a special detail by this Shernan. You can see Shernan teleport himself using the Achao ultimate. Oh, look at it! Shernan waiting for his DD to recover and come in for the reset as he turns around and goes in towards this Jai Jai and also towards the rest of the team, taking it down and walk into the teleportation, going back. So he almost got taken out, but not quite. So he knows how to operate himself really, really well.
I would say it's super risky, but still the results tell that AG still win out one team Esports by the strategies. And you can see like how trustworthy they are on this Cat, right? They know that Cat always gonna give the teleportation to him and save their life.
That's right, and you only can allow one member in Cat to go back, and the lowest HP is going to get priority. So whoever had the lowest HP, and at that time was Shernan. Shernan did the damage, the maximum capacity that he's available, then he actually go in to teleport back to the base. What a fantastic play by AG.
Destroyed a tower.
You know, the way that how you explain it, it just made me feel like, alright, wait, after this happened, it's gonna be another initiation made by Bruce, made by Shibichen, and Prince of Lolly has to ignite again from the battlefield. It's exactly the same scenario that happened from the last team fight, and AG again did it as a 0-2 trade and even take down the bottom, the tower at the bottom.
Wow, you can see this Shernan just going crazy with the kills. Double kills already on the last battle right here just happened. AG gaining that momentum they needed. They already got past the first early game. So right now, mid game is AG where they're gonna flex their muscles, and I feel like AG is not gonna stop. They're gonna keep on rolling in as the damage already gonna be on their side.
And the reason why AG is making so many snap engagements in the mid game is basically because they know that they're gonna be super powerful in the mid game. We mentioned about One Team Esports need to wait for Jizza's equipment has been fully made, right? But with these 2 items, it's not enough. It's just getting the threshold for Marco Polo to do something. But speaking to the bigger team fight, AG still gonna win the priority, win the advantage, and Shira got another kill, and Princess Dwelling was again absent from the battlefield, and Kaiser just getting in. First out Marco's ultimate out. Marco tried to spin and tried to escape away from the surroundings, but he's still be caught by Shira's boots with the flash. So after all, it's gonna be a 0-4 trade.
That's
totally
right.
a big way for AG.
With you, last man standing on the side of one team as AG already have their minions on the mid lane, bottom lane getting taken care of. So I feel like after that
Red
last
team
battle, they're gonna
has
lose
destroyed a
at
tower.
least
Red
2 or
team
3 towers.
has
Yeah,
destroyed
I mean,
a tower.
each time when One Team Esports lose one team fight, AG just gonna destroy 1 tower as those trades.
Yeah, they're making those great favorable trades here, and kind of like last game, but a little bit slower because the early game advantage that AG doesn't have here. But now they have the go that they need it. Oh, they're rushing in. Trivision almost caught them at the open. Here's the ultimate by Ishin, locking it down, and here's the battle happening again. Here's godlike moment for Shuran. Shuran just jumping in. Real-time damage here. It's going to be Charlotte doing the most for one team. But look at here, the damage by the Shuran.
Marco may can have laying out the battlefield. He's just constantly doing this bullet shutting out from his sister arrow, and we can see Kaiser is chasing after this Marco Polo, and Marco Polo tried to escape away, but the problem is that the scary top throw again aiming to the marksman from One Team Esports, and Kaiser, Zhongyi got another kill.
Yeah, the great pick on Shuran. This Mai really, or it's going to be really mobile. I feel like he chose that Mai just to target this Marco Polo.
I mean, Marco did his best, right? Marco trying to land a lot of poking damage and trying to make the true damage happen. But the problem is that they are too tanky. And I mentioned about the ultimate from Kaiser. He's gonna be such a great counter pick towards this Marco Polo.
Everyone has their own way.
Definitely, I feel like Shibi-chan is doing a really nice job. I mean, best he could to actually, locate the Prince Alani, making sure that he doesn't have the vision on the whole team. One team doing a lot of damage, but the knockback is not going to be enough. Intimidation already located on this review, but he still goes down, and it's going to be a 4v1 fight.
We really need to admit that it's gonna be such a painful game for One Team Esports, especially in the mid game, because they know that Jita is not capable of doing those first half damage against all of the strong laners from AG, and at the same time they're too squishy, right? Limbo didn't have any money, and also like Prince Alani. If you didn't mention about him, I almost forgot this existence of
I
Prince
feel
Alani.
like Prince Alani is suffering a lot.
Yeah.
Which just sucks, but I feel like, one team does have the vision advantage in the beginning, but they really didn't gain that momentum. AG did a really well job defending those early lane territories, but yeah, laning phase, AG definitely winning it every single game. I mean, I feel like one team is going to get destroyed here in the mid game as they do not have the early game power, so right now they're going to suffer and get suffocated. And here's Prince Alani still doing a lot of vision control, but it's not going to be worth it. I mean, you got 4 enemies chasing you. Flash going to be exhausted on Lucky. Lucky, you, the Howling Emblem, is going to be a cat and mouse game. And what's it going to be? Shibi-jin and this Chanshan taking him out just like that. Easily done here by AG.
We're super familiar with the positioning of Prince Alani that he did, right, in that skirmishes, but we never seen that all of those members are actually chasing after this invisible heroes.
That's right, and here's the fight coming out on the top side, but still, one team is not calling it quit. They want to make sure they can fight back. They do not want to give up until the very last second, and that's the power of esports. You do not give up. Oh, Shibi-chan jump in. That's his second time missing his target. A little bit awkward here for Shibi-chan, but still, the team is going to be still pushing forward. The knockout's going to be there, and here's the Jai goes down, and while the rest of the team pull back a little bit to recover.
The stun made out by Changshen. is just clean up the battlefield, just end up the last kill on one team Esports. So you can see like actually AG got 13 kills lead against one team Esports. Not even mentioning about the goal difference. And
Oh, Marco Polo, here we go! Marco Polo is doing those damage like crazy. This man using the ultimate and Purify at the same time, so he is not going to get stunned. He took down Sherna easily right now. So this Marco Polo definitely is going to be really dangerous as we move on to the late games.
And that's exactly going to be the turning point for one team Esports to make. Because they are waiting for Jedi to, maybe he need that Daybreaker. And still need like 2,000 gold defeated, allowing him to make such a great items. And after he got a Daybreaker, it's going to be the time for one team Esports to do the counter attack.
Ooh, AG, but want to be careful, you know, there's a lot of skills getting baited out here by AG. You know, one team make sure like all their skill is getting baited out before Marco Polo jump in for the ultimate.
Yeah. Because for Marco, he's one of the marksmen who's not reliant on those constant damage out. He's pretty much like a bomb, throwing himself using the ultimate and spinning in and just create a massive amount of damage.
Right here is still, you know, AG pushing the pressure on the top lane. They really want that top tower, and can they get it? They're gonna chip away those HPs a little bit slowly as they wait for the dragons to go in. I mean, they already have that one, all the towers on the outer side. Now it's gonna move on to the top towers. Ooh, fights happening, big fights. One team jumping in, intimidate, going out with you, but nobody. Charlotte doing a lot of damage, but the AG just peeling it back as they teleport back. And look at the sustainable damage by both sides. No one went down, no casualties for that big fight.
Oh, and I really like the way how Charlotte just jumping in with you, triggering his Intimidate and also Pure Sky, which means he's gonna gain massive percentage of those damage reduction. So he's kind of just being invisible for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yes.
And he just getting in, and 4 member or 3 member just being controlled by this Charlotte, and Charlotte just slow AG down, protect their high ground tower on the top lane.
Yeah, one team's doing so much better protecting those high ground towers.
Yeah.
You can see that intimidation was there with you using those Pure Skies item at the same time, creating a lot of synergies, creating a lot of damage reduction from the way beginning, and that really secures the top lane side. And that's going to be another chance for one team to fight back. They can fight for this dragon if they want to. They can do it. But right now, AG still have the map control, so they do not want to jump in too carelessly.
I can see a lot of potential play by one team Esports because I know that Daybreaker has already been made by this Marco Polo, so he can just deal those great damage upon all of those front laners of Chengdu AG. And also with you, by using the Intimidate and Pure Sky, he can be tanky and also powerful enough in the team fight.
Yeah, AG, I feel like they need to secure one of the half spot here because I feel like Shubin has to get someone here. I mean, they can say, hey, it's okay. We can locate one enemy, take him out first before engaging. But I feel like it's going to be an even fight, 5v5 right now because both sides are fighting in a really, really tight space. Here's going to be Shuran jumping in a little bit close here. Oh, one will remember to jump in, but Skid's taken out. Lucky was hit a little bit too deep here.
Yeah.
AG gets the 1 kill here.
This is not his lucky day, I would say. Especially he's super painful by playing the support Princess Lonely. And you know, this is the shortage for AG to choose such a composition because they're lacking marksmen. So they can just they can't gradually take down the high ground tower. There's 2 ways for them to close out the game. One is by winning those big team fights, and another is letting Chongqing let this Yixin to break out his ultimate and caging all of those people and block them away from protecting their own high ground tower and sending in those minions and try to take down the high ground tower.
Yeah, they have a lot of spells, so they can create a lot of distraction. Wow, they already took down 2 high ground towers. Their last high ground tower is going to be the mid, and here is going to be the Chongqing's ultimate, getting those players back. And yeah, using that ultimate, he's going to save it actually for those bigger team fights and actually using Cat's, you know, second ability to send those players back. Like this Jungi, go back and recover. Using Shubishan, go back and recover before they can get refreshed for the next fight.
Yeah, I mean like 2 high ground towers in lead for AG can already allowing them to make a lot of things happen. For example, they can just turn to the Dark Tyrants and make sure that they can have those Vanguard spawning on all 3 ways. and helping them just keep pushing
Overlord
forward.
has been
Yeah, I feel like
defeated.
this Judge already had the damage available. All they need to do is to check the formation. They need to set up a perimeter where he's going to be really, really safe. And hey, they need to have some distraction. You know, this, you know, Jai Jai and with you. They need to bait out all those moves. They need to do a lot of hit and runs, making sure that all the abilities is going to be exhausted from AG. And look at here, great. Lucky is in the back, trying to go for a flank. Maybe Marco Polo have that Infinity Blade available. I feel like big ultimate is going to be happening here for Marco Polo.
This is the psychological game that One Team Esports is playing right now. They're trying to surround AG.
Oh,
and
here we go.
Engagement is going to be through the bound. One of the members from One Team Esports, and it's going to be the rest of the team fight. You can see that Shadow is going to be super invisible, but still fell down in the team fight by AG's member. But AG has been taken extremely low. Everyone with such a low HP, but they are not going to retreat because they know that they tried to take down the crystal. They are aiming for the match point, and here we go. Game 3
Congratulations
to AG.
AG, wow. That last detail. I mean, Marco Polo does have that damage, but once he jumped in, it didn't really hurt. I mean, it looks promising at that very moment, but yeah, I feel like the ultimate didn't really hurt coming from Marco. Though true damage didn't really have an effect on AG at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, because I would say the condition for him to do those true damage is he needs to constantly landing those bullets on one member, and then he can trigger his passive, allowing him to do so. But you can see such a Snapdragon it was made by AG, so they do not have much time to react. They do not have much time to do the preset, which allowing Marco Polo to do a lot of, you know, poking damage and shooting out those bullets upon those frontliners. So the damage is definitely not going to be sufficient from Marco Polo.
Yeah, I feel like Marco Polo jumping in a little bit too quick without those passive build-up, in which means those damage is not going to be sufficient, and he just disappears in a single second.
Yeah, just vanished in those surroundings.
Vanish in thin airs. I cannot see that hero anywhere in that final moments.
And I may mention to the vanish situation, it also happened to this Prince of Lanli.
Yeah, he's like completely vanished, like for sure. Like
I almost just forgot the existence of Prince of Lanli in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, he was a really good open visioner for the team of One Team. But once towards that late game, his usefulness is not going to be, you know, potentially useful because he's going to be super squishy, and the visions control. I mean, vision control is great if you have map control, but once you don't have map control, your vision pretty much is useless. Like, he goes in the back lane, he gets taken out. So it's pretty much a 4 versus 5 game at the very end.
And when you got numbers advantage, there's little chances for you to, you know, really win out the whole team fight, right?
Yes,
because you got numbers in advantage. And that's the trick that AG played back into the BP phase. I really want to highlight it again and break it down a little bit more. Because AG, after they're seeing the One Team Esports bringing up the 3 previous heroes, which kind of just announcing them we're going for the early game.
Yes.
And AG suddenly just turned the whole composition into the Dacia strategy. They're just giving up the marksman, giving up the fragile part in the early game from their own composition and building up such a tanky early game composition by using those triple warriors or triple tanks. So they're just kind of limit the usage of that Prince of Lanli, which suppose that One Team Esports tried to make.
Yeah, I really love the BP phase of AG. They're just so well thought. They're really thoughtful of, you know, because they know that they can change the composition any single given moment, depending on the scenario, depending on what enemies is choosing those heroes. So when they saw that Prince of Lanli, they're gonna shift that Dachao. They're gonna make that Dachao gameplay. If they don't have that Prince of Lanli on the other side, they're gonna choose it to someone else. So they can adapt to different kind of situations. That's what I love about Chengdu AG. They are so thoughtful of the BPs. They know what to do and know which hero they can counter the other team.
And also, the hero pool from all 5 members of AG just allowing their head coach to do so.
Yes, exactly. I feel like, you know, the AG done so well on the BP. I feel like One Team is catching on. I feel like it's going to be their last chance. If they don't win this, definitely they're going to go to the lower brackets, but definitely they want to try their best, as that's going to be the match point here for Chengdu AG.
Yeah, definitely still gonna be opportunities given to One Team Esports, and I can actually clearly see the progress that they made game by game, right?
I feel like they are fighting back really heavily.
Yeah.
And you can see that a lot of the matches, First Blood goes to One Team. And you can see that, you know, their progression is thought. And I feel like like the Yao Yao is doing a really good job providing a lot of information for the whole team. As you can mention, Yao Yao's competing in his first time in this BO7.
Yeah, first time BO7, but she just making a lot of decent drops happened in the previous 3 matches. So definitely game 4 is going to be super important for One Team Esports.
Yeah, we're gonna take a deep look at the numbers here, and I feel like this game, was a little bit longer than usual because the early power coming in from one team was pretty much really nice. But at the end, they weren't able to maintain that momentum and kind of dropped off in the mid game as AG took over. As you can see from the goal charts, the fluctuation is gonna be more towards AG, towards that mid game. But early game, one team has the lead, and you can look at the team fight percentage. You can see that Chengdu AG always stick together. A little bit off on the side of one team. I feel like some of the members wasn't really rotating at the right time, so they were not at the battlefields at the time.
Yeah, and I would say like One Team Esports is really on the correct way right now to do the draft, because they are telling AG that we want to play it head-to-head to you, against you in the early game. So I bet that they might just choose, some early power hero for game 4 and just make it as a decent choice, because we know that Dachao is one of those unique support, which allowing them to change their whole composition, the logic behind. But without Dachao, since we're doing the global ban pick, right, they can't use Dachao one more time in the next few matchups. So definitely One Team Esports can make a decent draft happen.
Right here is going to be the MVP, Shibi-chan, getting it for Chengdu AG. And look at that creep stats, really nice. The creep score is going to be 41, so he did 41 last hits on those minions, so he really gained a lot of gold for this team.
And that's something that he learned by playing those marksmen. Because when you're playing marksman, it's really important for you to, use those details and try to accelerate your gold accumulation.
Yeah, I feel like his ultimate, misses a couple times, but every time when he landed those ultimates, he landed on the right person. For example, Prince Alani. For example, here's the goat. Go into the survival and almost getting killed, but actually staying out to the very end and taking one for the game, making it even trade for both sides.
And he's pretty much like a bait, After he get it in, and sometimes you would say like, alright, he's gonna be disconnected with the rest of the team members and just gonna give the fake news to One Team Esports scene like, alright, it's gonna be an opportunity open for One Team Esports. But after they dash in, you can see the rest of the team member of Shibi-chan just totally surround the position, surround the spot.
Yeah, I feel like he did a really nice job. I mean, his second skills of Fuji really provide a lot of tankiness. It's kind of intimidating Pure Sky built into that second skill of this Fuji. So he has no worries of going in first.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna be the one to bait out the most skills from one team.
So he can just soak in all of those burst damage done by One Team Esports. It's just like he's the first hero to soak in the damage and then be teleported by Dachao back to the home.
Yeah, that's the strategy.
Fully recovered and then being teleported back to the battlefield.
Yeah, super sustainable. Bait out at least 2 or 3 skills. And by that time, once those skills are baited out, they have to wait for CD. But Dachao's already got the reset. They can call back the friends coming back from the fountains and refresh, ready for the fight. So, their pace is extremely fast, and I don't think that one team has the ability to keep up with Chengdu AG.
Yeah, and these kind of flexibility is exactly what makes Dachao so unique among all those 94 heroes.
Yes. And I feel like the teleportation is so well used by the team of AG. I mean, before Dachao was so incredibly broken because you can use that second skills and you can send the whole team back.
Oh
before.
yeah.
So I feel like they already fixed a little bit, but I still feel like it's a little bit too overpowered because a lot of the limited heroes in this game really prevents Dachao from they're all gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what Dachao really shines.
And if we are gonna name another support who also have a unique position, I would name Zip.
Yes.
Right? And I'm really looking forward to seeing Zip showed up on the stage, because we know that Zip's second ability can eat up the allies and eat up the minions. So those supports who can change the current situation will make them just being so outstanding among the rest of the support.
Yeah, you're right. Zip haven't appeared yet. Definitely, I'm looking forward to Zips. And what kind of hero, maybe might be paired up with Soloist. It might be paired up with, Huan Zhong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luan number 7 possibly. I mean, at the very beginning of the game, at the very beginning of the KIC, I feel like Soloist may be appearing at the KIC. No way. That's a little bit stupid. Like, he's not gonna survive. But look at here, different strategies implemented by different teams, and we just never know like what kind of heroes is gonna go pair up better. And the synergy between Zip and Soloist work pretty well. Yeah.
And I mean, again, we're doing best of 7 format, right? So I would say every hero is possible.
Yes.
Every single hero is possible because we only got 94 heroes in total in this current patch. Tailor-made for KIC.
Yes, exactly.
And including 22 AoE hero. And we know that there's only one AoE hero is allowed to be used per game. So actually that just cut kind of like third of the hero pool down, right?
Yeah.
And the rest of the hero pool is kind of limited, actually.
Yeah, I feel like it's not gonna be, slow down for the teams. They already know every single hero pretty much. I feel like all the KPO teams are pretty familiarized with these heroes. I feel one team definitely it might be a little bit challenge for them since a lot of those heroes come from HOK. They only have 22 heroes come from AOV, so it might be a little bit tougher for them to get used to. But still, they already have the preparation they needed for this battle. So hopefully in this game number 4, they can actually show us something a little bit different here. Early game, this game, I feel like they were really promising in the beginning. I mean, I almost feel like they can make the comeback right there in the very beginning. Try to end the game around like maybe like 8 minutes or 10 minutes towards AG, but I feel like, AG completely defend themselves so well with that 3 warrior combination.
Yeah, definitely. So, actually, I'm not worried about AG right now since they're already reaching their match point.
Yeah.
And after you mentioned about the difference, after you mentioned about the refreshing picks by One Team Esports, that just brought up another topic to the table is that One Team Esports, they use so many heroes that they never used before in the previous matchup in these 3 games. So, for example, take Jizza as an example. He played Yurenjie, he played Thierry, he played Marco Polo. These 3 heroes, he never used that. He never ever used that in the previous 1 month. Right?
Yeah, also,
the last 1 month, he never used these 3 heroes.
I feel like they did a lot of homeworks and they try to learn some new heroes. I mean, it is really good. I mean, definitely need to change a little bit of their compositions. Knowing different kind of heroes really helped them out in the BO7 run. So I feel like, one team already did their homework, but it's not going to be enough against Chengdu AG.
Yeah. So what about One Team Esports just get back to their own comfort zone?
Yeah,
right?
Maybe getting some comfort picks, I would say. Definitely.
Caffeine picks.
Yeah, Caffeine. Slim for Jizza.
Lady Sun.
Yeah,
yes,
why not?
And also Gong Sun Li, which gonna be the marksman that Jizza used in that tiebreaker and brought them into the knockout stage.
That's right. They need to pick up the pace because this is gonna be the last game. If they don't do so, Chengdu AG is gonna grab the win in this BO7 in the game number 1 here in our, the knockout stage.
So I bet that One Team Esports might just use some, comfortable picks and or let Zai Zai to play the Zuko pick, because he's really good at playing that Zuko. And also let Psyche to play the Liliana. Maybe that's also going to be possible, right? But only one AoE hero, so I'm wondering which member that they're going to give the ball to.
Yeah, definitely is going to be a crucial decision as they are reaching the game point for AG, so they need to do something really fast. And I feel like the coaches and the players right now are just having the talks, making sure like who's gonna get the position, who's gonna have those rotations possible. Is it gonna be early game? Is it gonna be mid game? Is it gonna be late game? Like, so definitely they need to discuss it, making sure maybe their early game is gonna be more balanced. I feel like their early game power in that last game was a little bit too much overpowered, so causing their mid game and late game to be really weak. So maybe find like a well-rounded combo. Exactly like you mentioned, Nora. More comfort pick is going to be needed here for this game number 4.
Yeah, and also, Juicy, here's the problem for One Team Esports that they are really being pushed on edge, right? They want to contest against AG on the early game, but you see after AG just slow their pace down and drag it into the late game, they're going to be kind of weak for their own composition when it goes to the late game. But when they turn to play those late team fight oriented play style, AG just accelerate their pace and just destroy you in the early game. So it's really hard for you to build up a really what we call like perfect, well-rounded composition, right? To promise your early game, mid game, late game at the same time, that's going to be impossible. So you need to make the choice. Whether you're going to strengthen your early game or just drag it till the late game.
Either you choose an early game combo or you choose those scaling hero composition, which work better in the late game. But both teams definitely is going to be super challenging because fourth game, maybe AG want to test something different, or one team might want to go with those comfort picks. Make sure that they get at least one game against AG. But right now, I feel like AG are just slowly pushing this one team to the cliff right now, and one team just hanging on the cliff with one hand. And I feel like, the AG just like letting go of the one finger one by one until they fall down on the cliff. So a lot of crazy atmospheres, and I feel like slowly just suffocating one team out. So one team has to come back really strong and show AG that they're not easily to be bullied with.
I mean, it's kind of painful for some esports to play game in a really high tempo, and also like the draws, right? They already make some decent choices, but it's really hard for you to compete AG in game. Because every single experience AG had, they gained from time those games, right? They just know it, right? They are just being super experienced with the game. So it's really hard for you to catch up with the level that AG played in a really rapid way, right? But still, some esports need to hold it on. And if I'm gonna give some advice, I would say highlight the early game or the mid game and try to make a lot of team fight happen. Because you can never compete AG with those micros, right? It's really hard for you to, use the sophistication compared to AG. But if you really make a lot of engagement happen, everything can happen when you're playing in the team fight because it's totally chaotic and it's not promising.
Yeah, I feel like definitely when you're going to AG, definitely one team has to say bye-bye to the late games. They need to make it happen.
It's too idealistic if they want to play the late game.
I feel like they need to make the early game work. I mean, throw in some great early game heroes and make game heroes if you want to end the games. That's going to be your only chance. There's only two ways out. It's going to be the easy way or the hard way. So why not take the easy way out? So have that early game advantage, get the ball rolling as soon as possible, and hopefully, those AGs not going to find out that you have that early game advantage.
And also, it's not enough for you to play it in an easy way. You need to get on highway.
That's right.
You need to speed up.
That's right.
When I'm talking about speeding up, then maybe Caffeine is going to be a decent choice at the bottom lane.
That's right.
Or picking out the Liliana, which can really lead a pace and being a great fighter during the team fight.
That's right. You got to change the bike to a car. You have to hop on the car. You got to go faster. Definitely, I feel like AG's pace is super fast. That's why one team is have to catch up. I mean, they're doing it quite well, but they have to maintain that speed exactly. Because constantly, you can see that AG pushing it so persistently. Every single pace is so fast, and I feel like one team they slow down a bit, but they need to maintain that same speed in order to compete with AG. But even if they slow down just for a little bit, it's just going to collapse. So yeah, it's going to be super dangerous. They need to stay really calm and collective and, take a step back, take a breather, count to 3 seconds. Like, hey, what am I supposed to do? Or what are AG is thinking right now? So try to get into the enemy's minds. Think what they think. What if I was AG, what would I do at this current moment?
Yeah, and I would say like one team in esports did do that in the early game. You can see like every single skirmish, especially happening around those dragon camps, they already made it even one step ahead of AG because they know that after gaining the advantage that AG gained from the laning, they're definitely gonna go for those neutral objectives, right? So they are just ambushing there and try to win out AG by those team fights. So how about just strengthen that part up? Strengthen that part even in a more fierce way, right? You're just picking out some hero like Limbo, right? You're just picking out some hero like Liliana and also Caffeine, which are allowing you to dominate the early game and helping you to gain the advantage and do it vice versa.
Yeah, I feel like they are having a lot of great predictions on one team, but however, I feel like the adaptation deception on the AG is going to be a lot better. They can adapt to any situation really, really fast. The reaction time, no hesitation at all. I feel like a slight hesitation still on the side of one team. I feel like at some situation they do not know what to do. For example, they predicted that battle on the bottom side where, you know, Princess Frost used those ultimates early, but they had no idea that Zuka was waiting for them to make those moves. So I feel like AG, you know, just exactly like you say, giving them the fake news, giving them the fake impression that, hey, you're winning the battle, but hey, I'm just waiting for something to happen at the very last moment. So yeah, this is what one team needs to consider. They might be winning in the battle in the very beginning, but they need to think about the result. The result is going to be matter. I mean, if I take out this enemy, will I get more gold, will I get more resources? But AG doesn't think that way. AG is thinking about the results. You know, you taking out one of my allies, I'm gonna take down 4 of your allies. So they're making the better choice. So it's all about making the better choice, and hopefully one team is able to do that in this next game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that kind of. That just, you know, to me, it sounds like those fairy tales that foxes play against a rabbit, you know. Rabbit can be really great at doing those race, just those race and just go those high speed, but fox just, you know, kind of teasing you around and giving you those fake news as we mentioned.
That's right.
And just trying to, all right, you already win, right? I give it up, but that's not true.
Surprise. I mean, the fox is very cunning, like the way, like, deception, you know, like it really works. I mean, it's all about deception. I mean, this is going to be a battle. Definitely, deception is going to be one of those psychological warfare that, you know, AG has been using for countless years. I mean, they have been through a lot of battles. You know, they've been through the Challenge Cups. They've been through a lot of KPO matches. So, yeah, that's going to be one thing that one team might have to learn. That's going to be a deception. You know, doing a lot of fake movements, doing a lot of fake visions. You know, giving the false impression of like, hey, I'm gonna go here, but actually I'm gonna go here. So, you know, like giving that fake information to their enemies, thinking that you will do this, but in the very end, like, yo, surprise, I'm actually here taking your objectives. So this might be one of the lessons that one team needs to pick up.
And this is what we call tactics, right?
That's
that you use in game. So anyway, it's gonna be still a huge challenge for One Team Esports to up against AG, but still, it's not the end of the best of 7. They still got several games to go with if they gain the last victory, and we will see it after a short break.
deep, flowing through my blood. Rising up to become someone. Taking it all on my own. What a sweet victory. Taking all of my control. Awaken something deep in me.
Like flames, feel the burn inside. Take a hold of the pursuit of the prize of a toll. No way to survive, all of us fight, just lock it aside. When this is the time, enter the ring. All those mental chemicals doing their thing. I got flashes of battles inside of my dreams. I was made for this moment. At least now it seems like it's time to come face to face with your fear. Been battling reasons for all of the years, and I learned how to fight them with style and grace no one's ever encountered. You say it's amazing, I'ma come out swinging when they open the gate. Go ahead, call passion, I'm calling it rage. I'm taking what's mine like I already own it. Watch but don't blink, going here to the moment. When this is the time, enter the ring. All those mental chemicals doing their thing. I got flashes of battles inside of my dreams. I was made for this moment. At least I see the
moment. The sky rain down. Here's to the madness that's all around. So tell them who you are, you are, you are. You are, you are. Here's to the moment. The sky rain down. Here's to the
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the KIC 2023, and we are doing the knockout stage. It's going to be day one, game number 4. Will AG make the first win in their game number 1 here against one team? Let's find out as they are moving into the match points for this game.
And we know that the match point is on AG's side, so definitely the whole game is being really optimistic for AG. If they really got this 4-0 clean win against One Team Esports, we can announce that AG can advance into the upper bracket, which only like 2 games more for them to bring the victory back to home.
Definitely still going to be really challenging because you have no idea which team AG is going to go up against with if they do win this round. So yeah, this is going to be a long way challenge. It's going to be an uphill challenge for every single team because you have no idea. It's going to be BO7 and we have such a long break. So each team probably develop their own strategies of, you know, competing with each other. And as you can see in the game number 4, maybe we're gonna see something different. Maybe I'm looking, maybe someone's gonna pick up Murad because we haven't seen Murad yet today.
Murad, Joey played Murad once, and he didn't win that game, but still Murad is one of those heroes that is in his hero pool. And One Team Esports again and picked the blue side, and they still want to have the priority. So I'm wondering if we are mentioning about something refreshing, how about Athena support?
This is going to be a really nice choice. Let's see if one team maybe want to pick it up or AG might want to pick it up. So and the options limited. Also maybe, you know, Xeno haven't been used yet because we see this hero being really popular on the first week of the KIC, but we haven't seen them for a very long time. So maybe we're going to see them really soon.
Yeah. And Athena has been banned away, as we can see. It seems like One Team Esports tried to play some fair game tonight. We would never go for those small tricks, and what's gonna be the first pick? It's gonna be Jin.
That's right, Jin getting the first pick, and that's that's a really good job because you know you took away that hero for yourself, also banning away Jung-E's Jin. Definitely, Jung-E's Jin is going to be super dangerous, and getting that hero taken out, that means it's going to be good news for One Team Esports. Maybe, you know, picking up the Jin on his own, doing a lot of practice.
I mean, this winning rate of Jung-E's Jin is scary high. He got 100% winning rate.
Yes.
Used 5 times of that Jin pick. So definitely it's going to be a trick for One Team Esports to play, and also Xeno has been picked out. It might be a top laner Xeno, and also it might be a support Xeno.
Yes, yeah, definitely that flex pick Xeno is going to be really common here. Maybe, you know, the top, maybe the support. So we'll have to see about this as AG counter picks One Team. So One Team still have a lot of chances to fight back. Let's see, they have that combo ready for them. Xeno and Jin. I think I saw this combo similar to AG playing style. So they're doing something that AG did before. So this is really interesting. One Team tried to learn something from AG this time.
And I really like the way that they are keep growing up by gain experience from those defeats, from those failure. And also you can see like AG on the red side, they are doing the counter pick towards One Team Esports. It seems like, hey, you grab my Jin away, I'll grab your Liliana away.
Yes, definitely. I feel like Liliana is going to be Chanshan's assassin type hero. Usually you told me he played those utility heroes, but this time he's in charge and control of this burst damage mage, and it's going to be really, really dangerous. Let's see how AG handle this. Using Liliana at the mid lane versus Psyche, who does play more of those assassin mages, but right now is playing the utility mage. It's like almost seems like those two switch positions, Psyche and Chanshan.
Ooh, great, really?
Maybe not, because you have Lady Xuan. I feel like who's going to protect Lady Xuan if there is no main? And I feel like Junkoi definitely is going to be a risk, because once you after use that hook, it's going to be really vulnerable because there's going to be no protection for Lady Xuan. So, I mean, protection is going to still be there with this Xenio, but with this main definitely is going to provide more healing structure to the whole team of One Team.
I mean, One Team Esports, they really get back to their comfort zone. You can see like they are doing the classic double core playing style, and they are giving Jizai to play this Lady Sun, paired him up with this main. So definitely the bottom lane is in favor of One Team Esports during the laning. But it's pretty much like a one-way game that One Team Esports need to make. Because again, there's no tanks, right? There's no retreatment that can be seen from One Team Esports composition, and we really need a superb goal lead to destroy Chengdu AG.
Yeah, definitely. Comfort pick is going to be one of the strategy that One Team is doing right now. So Lady Xuan, definitely, as you mentioned, is going to be picked up by Jedi, or, you know, Arlie, but Arlie's already been banned out. Also, Kaepernick getting banned out. So these choices are not going to be there. Also, Slim's getting banned out as well. So yeah, a lot of limited choices for Jedi, but Jedi still got the Lady Xuan available, and let's see if they can do a little bit better with those comfort picks.
I mean, after giving him the priority to play this Lady Sun, they need to promise that they can kind of just suffocate Shibi-Chen on the bottom lane, which is not easy, I would say, which is definitely not easy. But still, Lady Sun, if they are feeding this marksman, after Lady Sun got maybe 2 or 3 items, and especially when he's item with the Daybreaker, he can be the true hero for One Team Esports.
Definitely, those damage is going to be coming online after a few more items. I mean, with that, at least he needs 2 items. I feel like with main, he can be an extra item. So yeah, he's going to get those items a lot quicker than Fan, you know, from Shibi-Chen's side. But I feel like I really love this choice of this Fan as the ADCs for the bottom lane for the AG, because Fan, he can just maintain the momentum by himself on the bottom lane. He can clear lanes, he can escape, and he can just, you know, be himself at the bottom lane.
And this is going to be the last chance for One Team Esports, since AG already made their match point, and it's going to be game 4. One Team Esports be on the blue side, AG stay on the red as usual.
That's right. You can see the opening, pretty normal. This is a standard opening here. A lot of the games right now we play are just kind of this kind of opening. So right now they didn't really choose to prioritize the top lane or the mid lane, but instead they want to prioritize the bottom lane, because the bottom lane duo is going to be so powerful. So that's why this Shibi-Chen also can't are together at the very beginning, making sure that laning phase for that Shibichen is not going to be so much pressure here for him.
Yeah, I mean, like AG, they are reading One Team Esports composition. The only thing that they need to do is just play defensively at the bottom lane during the laning. Because you can see, like AG, they are having multiple cores, right? At the same time, when Shibichen is buying time for his team members, Liliana and also Cao Cao is farming up as well.
Yes, definitely. The farming up is really, really crucial in the very beginning. And you can see that Cao Cao doing the last hit, making sure to get the maximum goal from each minions. But level 4 already on this Duen. And together, Chanshan and him are cleaning up the mid lane as well, gaining another priority on the mid lane. The rotation is going to be happening a little bit faster here from Jungi. Double buff on him, and he's trying to make an initiation on this bottom tower. Lucky getting locked up, but here's going to be Jejai still fighting. Shibichen getting the hits, but using the second skill, Fan is able to get away in time.
Yeah, here's the detail. Here's the detail on the mini-bat is that after AG gaining the priority of the mid lane, the duo of Liliana and Duen trying to rotate down, but Liliana just giving the fake vision information to One Team Esports. It's supposed to be 2 members down from AG's side, but actually Liliana was absent from this rotation.
Yes.
Duen was allowing himself to rotate down and trying to make One Team Esports feel like, alright, I'm gonna pressure you on the bottom lane, but the truth is, it's not. So it's pretty much like a trick that AG played and tried to let Shibichen have more time to farm up.
That's right. I feel like One Team is calling their bluff right now. I mean, if you do that again, definitely, I feel like One Team's like, hey, I feel like I've seen this somewhere. You've been doing it every single game, so those big informations, you know, they're catching on. They're calling the bluff on the AG. I mean, it's kind of like those pokers where you like just know what your opponent is doing. Like, you don't really have the enemies on the bottom lane, but you're pretending like someone is there.
Yeah,
so definitely,
I mean, like, security.
Yeah, security, definitely. call the security, like, you know, we gotta take him out.
Yeah, but that's the detailed movement that AG made in game, and which helped them to gain the vision control. And with those vision control, with the rooms made, they can make a lot of things happen under coverage.
Yes, and you can see that rotation of Liliana and Jonathan is coming back, but look at Psyche's position, kind of always guarding this bottom lane. They know that Jejai and Lucky has to carry this game. I mean, Jejai's attack damage, that's going to be the only chance for One Team to do this, because I feel like damage coming from Jing is not going to be enough. I mean, Zeno is going to be there for the protection. He can have 2 choices, either protect Lady Swen a little bit more, or protect the jungler on this with you. With you, actually, it's going to be the jungler here for One Team. Actually, Jai is going to be the top lane. Yes.
I just noticed
noticed that too. This is really amazing because we don't really see a lot of shifting positions. But this one, they switch roles. Jai used to be the jungler right now, but he's playing that top lane. Reversal with Bifu playing as the top lane, now playing as the jungle. Oh, here's the knockback. First blood goes to AG, and a lot of damage has been done here by AG. Jejai goes down. The fight's still happening. Shibichen is under attack. He goes down, and that's going to be 1 for 1, 1 for 2 trade actually. And Cat needs to back out right now. He still has that second ability, waiting for that cooldown to happen. But here it's going to be AG taking out 2 enemies here for 1 trade.
I mean, it's totally worthwhile for AG to do so, because after the engagement happened, Shibichen did his last stage effort and made it as a 1-2 trade. He got the first bar, he even got the double claw. So actually Shibichen won't be lack of money or won't be lack of level lead. And AG, after they made this favor engagement happen, they can kind of just equalize the whole game, because they know that they might fall behind in the early game. It's going to be uncomparable to One Team's power in the early game, but still, they made it.
And I feel like this is really great detail here, because, you know, Shibichen is making those really nice trades. I mean, making those minimal trades, because they are focused too much on Lady Swen and this Lucky to make it work. So right now, AG is focusing more on their top side, because you can see this Cao Cao is slowly getting more powerful by the second. Also, this Duen also getting a little bit more powerful by the second. So they're just making those minimal trade at the bottom, because Fawn really doesn't really need a lot of goals in the very beginning. So they're doing a lot more damage to One Team because they're more focused on the bottom lane. And after Fawn take out the bottom lane, it's pretty much, you know, it's easier for the whole team to do the damage.
And do you remember the last topic that we brought up to the table is that AG is not going for those regular choices, right? They are picking out multiple cores. So when Fawn is distracting one team's tension, actually Cao Cao and this Liliana is doing the split push. So it's pretty much like a 1-3-1 positioning or like a 3-2 positioning. It's quite flexible and allowing AG just micro in the game.
Yeah, also like, you know, this Cao Cao and this Yuan and this Liliana, they all have mobility movements. So they can get to one position really fast from point A to point B in a matter of seconds. So they can make those fast rotations. They can make the fight happening anywhere. Most heroes on the side of AG has a lot of mobilities. Cat has the second ability. Shubishan's second ability. Chanshan, like the box form, he can travel throughout the whole map. Definitely it's going to be a little bit less mobile here for one team, as their, you know, the mid lanes is a little bit tricky because he only has that flash available, and also for Lucky, he doesn't not have that much movement ability. So it's going to be, the movement ability is going to be short. Cat here almost got out. Oh my god! He hold on to the ultimate so tight, and he's not even going to use it during that last minute.
Lucky you. And I mean, like, another reason for One Team Esports is that they are not that immobile. They're not that mobile compared to AG. Is that when they settled up that they're gonna play around this marksman, it's kind of, the position is kind of fixed. Everyone's just gonna play around this marksman, and there's little people that can do the step push.
And I feel like one team did a really nice engagement, but however, I feel like, you know, Jedi needs to, you know, step it up here. I mean, his damage is already pretty much enough. I feel like his MP, his mana is not going to be enough, so maybe he needs to get those necklaces in order to provide those early MP damage. But hopefully, you know, someone is going to take away the blue buff, because Cao Cao is going to be here activating the ultimate, and I feel like this Jin is not going to have it.
But Lady Sun was denied by AG after everyone keep focusing on this Cao Cao positioning. AG just did another trick, and Jizai has fell done from this team fight, and it's going to be a huge loss for One Team Esports, because they feed so many resources to this marksman, to this precious core player, but after she has been taken down, AG can easily just snowball the game and just control half of the map.
Yeah, pretty much AG knows where is the weaknesses of one team. The one team is going to be focusing pretty much on the bottom lane, so after you take that component apart, it's pretty much a snowball effect for the side of AG.
I mean, standing on One Team Esports positioning, I can imagine that there's too many things that need to be dealt at the same time, because there's too much information simultaneously happening on all three lanes. They just keep busy with dealing all of those information. Sometimes you know, a hole might be made by AG.
Yeah, definitely. AG is still doing it really nicely. I mean, they already have four towers, one neutral objectives versus one neutral objective and one tower on one team. So yeah, they're doing it really well. And picking up this second neutral objective allows them to have more gold. Look at that, Shubi-chan having the #1 gold, and that's not supposed to be happening. But still, that is going to be in AG's favor. They thought, you know, Lady Sun is going to take control of the bottom map, but no, Shubi-chan does so well by himself using this spawn, and this allows every single member on AG's side is getting so powerful. Wow, the core player of one team is so weak right now, so anybody can pretty much take him out.
Yeah, and that's kind of just telling the scary fact that AG is in lead, because Shubi-chan got 2,000 gold lead against Jizai. So it's pretty much like a one-way game for AG right now.
That's right. Every single member of AG already have pretty much all their normal core items set up. It's a matter of time until this AG actually end the game here. It's going to be with you
The
running.
marksman is chasing the assassin.
That's right. What is going on here?
What is going on?
This is going to be a reversal of roles. I mean, the assassin is supposed to be chasing after the ADC, but you know, it's the reverse. And here's the Tyrant, and goes into the hand, pretty much goes into the hands of AG, because they have the map controls available. And here AG gaining the 10 minutes Dragon. They're gonna do the double Dragon again, and I feel like this is gonna be the same scenario from game #1 and game #2.
And even in a faster speed compared to game 1 and game 2, because we know that fast passive allowing this hero to do true damage, like 40 or 45% of true damage against those monsters.
Yes, and that's going to be a quick takedown here. Overlord defeated. The Dragons going to be on their ways on every single lane. And I feel like it's going to be a same thing. Like they're going to force back one team into this corner and slowly suffocate them until the game ends.
Because we can see the goal difference already being turned into a gap. 6,000, that's a lot. And Shibichen, not even mentioned to this core player, 2,000 goal lead against this Jizai, and keep doing this over like 3 or 4 minutes right now.
Oh, look at AG trying to accelerate the game. I mean, the Dragon is coming in really hot right now on the bottom lane. Right here is going to be AG lurking around, trying to make his positioning really wise. Here's going to ultimate from Xenio. It's going to save Jin. But however, what about Jizai? Nobody's protecting him.
I mean, like Salto Liliana jumping in, and Jizai just suddenly vanished from the battlefield, and it's going to be the Vanguard. It's going to be the last victory. It's going to be the 4-0 victory. Goes over to Chengdu AG. Congratulations to this dominating team. First matchup in the knockout stage, and they made it as such a beautiful result with a 4-0. Totally win out One Team Esports.
That's right, One Team Esports did their best, but it wasn't enough to compete against Chengdu AG. Chengdu AG took it away, 4-0, clean victory, clean win, and yeah, I expected no less from Chengdu AG in this battle.
And you know what's more scary? Is that AG didn't use any of those refreshing picks. They're still holding their secret cards till the most crucial moments when they're up against some other powerful teams.
That's right, AG's like, shh, don't tell anybody. No, the secret weapons, I have it in my pocket.
Yeah.
But when is the time to shine? They're gonna bring out the big guns. Maybe in this, next match, since they already win the first bracket, they're gonna move on to the next bracket. They're gonna find out who are they gonna go up against. Then they're gonna show their secret weapon.
Yeah, because the reason why I'm mentioning this is because this matchup is the very first matchup happened in knockout stage, and we know that best of 7 format, including this one limit AoV hero, and also like flying beds, is pretty much like a totally new format among all of those teams. So not only One Team Esports on the stage, but also the rest of the 6 teams are actually down there and observing what AG played with the drops. But AG just used those normal cards, those regular composition, and win out the game.
Yeah, I feel like their macros operation definitely, and also the collaboration between each members of the team, they're so well known. They know what each team is thinking. So their synergy is right off the map. Like it's off the chain. They know exactly which each teammate is thinking in their mind. So they don't really have to like even communicate. One stare at you, they know what you're gonna do. So like thinking like the synergy definitely is gonna be higher a lot more on AG. So one team still have a lot of catching up to do.
And also, I bet a lot of teams are actually down there and waiting to see what kind of things what kind of composition, what kind of new duels that AG might take out. Is it just, take a peek at it and just, get well prepared if they really face against AG in the next matchup, right?
Yeah.
But AG just holding it and just do it in quite a clean way. So it's really hard for you to test something out.
But yeah, one team tried their best. I mean, I have to give it to one team for their hard work. I mean, a lot of first blood in the first game or second game really surprised me. It's like, oh, wait a minute. This is the one team that we know from the wildcard qualifiers. Like, they're still getting this strong, even getting the first blood in the first couple games against AG. That really totally shocked me. So, like, you can see their progress. You can see their improvements over the days, over the seasons. I feel like every single game, they're going to get better and better.
Definitely, because we know that experience are accumulated game by game or day by day. But actually, like One Team Esports is making progress game by game, which is really daunting. The talent is definitely out there for these players.
Yeah, definitely talent is going to be out there for both of these teams. I mean,
I
was expecting to see more of those battles happening at the bottom, but I feel like Shibuya definitely came out really winning those laning, even though like he was versus like 1 versus 2, but you can see that the support coming in, the assistance coming in from this Shurash coming from Jungi, also coming from Cat, really put Shibuya under the spotlight. Maybe he's gonna gain 1 more MVP. I mean, he got the MVP last game, so 2, maybe like he's gonna get 2 MVPs, and also Jungi has 2 MVP as well. So
yeah,
maybe 2 and 2 MVPs for Shibuya.
That makes sense, and I would say like it's not the only issue for One Team Esports. A lot of teams try to do so, because it's super obvious that Chengdu AG always trying to play around Shibuya. So every team is trying to aim in at Shibuya. But you see, only a few teams succeeded in doing that. Or a few times, you know. It didn't really work every single time. And Xu Bicheng just under such a huge pressure, and he just grew up and he knows that how he's gonna defend himself, how he's gonna secure himself.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the one team, I mean, if they did try to mess with Xu Bicheng, I feel like it is going to be really desperate. I mean, they're going to crash. I mean, they crash into their towers, get one kill, but you're gonna like go in, but your whole team is gonna go down pretty much for one trade. So those hard trades are just not gonna be worth it for one team. So definitely maybe try to rotate more position on maybe another AoE position on different lane, or shift the core player to a different role. Maybe not on the bottom lane, since Xu Bicheng's defensive ability, also the capability of his awareness is so much higher than Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, like Jedi also did a great job, I would say, in this game. And also you can see One Team Esports brought up a lot of different compositions. They even let with you to play Jin very first time.
Yes.
And again, I totally agree with you what you said back into the draft, is that they are trying to grab that Jin away, make it as an unavailable choice for Chongqing, right? But the thing is, Zai Zai seems like do not share with the same hero pool that Zhongyi has, so they are just rotating this position to with you.
Yeah, I feel like they're making some trades right here. You have to give something up, because I feel like Jai Jai still have not familiarized himself with this Jin, so he shifted the role of his positioning, giving up the jungle position to his top laner while he took the top role. So that's going to be one of the challenges that we mentioned at the beginning of the game. Hero pool, skills, consistency is going to be one of the questions. And actually, it's going to be Cat. Cat is going to be the MVP this game. He saved this Xu Bicheng a lot of time. I'm guessing what Xu Bicheng was because he got a lot of kills. But instead, you can see the team fight presence by this Zhang Fei was incredible. The assistance, KDA assistant of 6 damage is 21.9k.
Yeah, I mean, like Cat, he made a lot of, a nice initiation, and also you can see how great protection that he offered in the early game to Xu Bicheng, helping him to get through those tough times in the early game during the lane.
Yeah, we're going to take a dive at the replay here. The initiation coming from Cat is really, really unparalleled. Great positioning that allows the whole team to move in with the cleanup. And you can see that he just on the front line. Nobody's attacking Cat because he's just so tanky.
This is a beast.
Yes, the beast it is. And that's going to be the Cat. The Cat is no longer a cat. It's going to be a tiger right here for the side of AG. And here's going to be another great initiation. You can see that timing by Cat and Xu Bicheng, and it definitely is going to be those shot callers like, hey, I'm going to go in. You guys got to back me up here.
All right, thank you guys. Welcome back, and we are now at the interview area, and joined by me will be Yao Yao, the head coach from One Team. So please say hi to audiences.
Hi everyone, I'm the head coach of One Team, Yao Yao.
Yeah, it's been a while because we have quite a long holiday trying to prepare for today's matchups. So how do you guys actually feel before everything started?
Actually, we feel a lot of pressure because we don't have the chance to take scrims during these days. Because a lot of KPL teams, they have their circles, and as a team from overseas, we don't have a lot of connections with them. So for a long time, we have to practice by ourselves, like make self-ranking place.
Yeah, I think real-time preparations is really important for a lot of matches.
Yeah, of course. We always say that if you're a professional player, if you don't have the scrims for more than 2 days, then you will get slowed down in your ability.
Completely get your idea. But I think as the main coach, actually your challenge is really, really difficult because BO7s, BO2, BO1, those format and BPs are completely different. So what's the challenges?
Actually, it's my first time to take BO7. But I don't feel a lot of difficulties. Instead, I feel a lot of happiness from this.
Oh, love.
Yeah, because I think it's full rundown, and I can prepare this in a very I think a mature mindset.
Yeah.
So I think it's both challenging but very interesting.
All right. But anything on the stage, actually, those experiences, very precious to you and the player as well.
Of course.
So we have to prepare for the following one. Actually, we still have one more to go. So you're gonna be facing either RW or Hero. Who's gonna be your choice?
I think Hero would be better.
Any like particular reason?
Because we used to have scrims with them several days ago, and I think we have a real little chance to maybe bite them or take some scores from them. So, and Hero have a lot of fans. We really like the atmosphere in the on stage. So I'm very looking forward to face them.
Me too, as well. All of us are just together waiting for that upcoming events. No matter it's RW or Hero, I think you can do well. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Yao Yao, and that will be the end. And let's give our time back to Nora. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Yao, for sharing. And I really appreciate that because you can see like Yao Yao and also One Team Esports, they are holding a really optimistic way and attitude towards the game up against those KPL teams. So definitely it's gonna be such a great journey for them in this KIC.
Yeah, I heard like they want to go against Hero. I mean, definitely they're gonna have a little bit more better chance maybe of getting a win from Hero in one of those BO7s. Definitely it's gonna be an uphill challenge because a lot of these KPL teams, they compete a scrimmage with themselves, but one team, they have to practice by themselves, as you can see from Yao Yao, and knowing that it might be a little bit more challenging because you're practicing by yourself while the other teams are having more practice with each other, so it might bring them a little bit difficulty, but still they are really surprising to me in this first round. Even competing against AG, they done so well in the beginning.
Yeah, and I mean like each game that they played on stage, on live, might be what we call the scrims. I mean, not real scrims, but definitely gonna be the chances that they can up against those strong teams and try to learn as much as possible from those rivals. And also that just brought some information into the topic that after this 4-0 win, AG against One Team Esports, AG will be advanced into the upper bracket, right? So they're gonna play against the winner from the next matchup, which will be Beijing Weibo against Wolves.
Oh, what's your prediction, Nora? I'm waiting to hear it. This is really spicy.
Yes, I made my prediction actually before today's matchup, and I said Weibo 4-3 Chongqing Wolves.
Oh, I have to go with 4-3 for Chongqing Wolves as the winner here because I feel like, it definitely is going to have, Chongqing Wolves is definitely one of those teams that I'm looking forward to. I mean, Beijing Weibo does have a lot of composition, does a lot of secret weapons up its sleeve, but overall I feel like Chongqing Wolves still have that momentum. They just have to get that fire started.
Yeah. And I mean like that's some preset for the next few matchups, but still we need to hear what they're gonna say from AG's members, and let's take a look.
Alright, thank you guys. Welcome back. And joined by me will be Xuanran from All Gamers AG. Please say hi to the audience.
大家好，我是成都唯一超人渲染。
Hello 呢
Hello.
Hello 忘记了。So it's been a while since the last time we saw you. So how do we actually prepare for this BO7? 我们上次见到你有一段时间了，在这段休赛的时间里，做了一些比较多的准备。对于这个 BO7 是怎么准备的呢？
BO7 就练好 BO7 该用的英雄呗，一些。如何长期来打呗？
和什么？
就是长期 BO7 的英雄池。
All right. So like in long term, the most important thing about a practice is trying to practice those BO7 heroes. So speaking of BO7 heroes, so any priority changes when it comes to the top lane choices. 说到 BO7 的一些区别，你觉得对抗路上面有一些英雄那个体系的变化吗？
英雄的变化。 强势英雄有很多吧，还有很多比较厉害的英雄，比如说艾里、佛罗伦， 后面有可能会用吧。
All right. I think those powerful or meta heroes are a lot. So I think the top lane choices we have a lot to choose from. And for example, for Florentino and Ari, maybe we're gonna pick that in the future for following matchups. So you're the newest member joining AG. So how do you feel about the entire journey? Any one or anything you want to say and share to us?
我们是现在 AG 首发成员当中就是最新加入这个大家庭的一个选手，一起拼搏至今，成绩这么好，达到了10冠这个阶段，自己有怎样的感想，或者说有非常感激的某些事情可以跟我们分享吗？
就感谢教练组对我的栽培吧，接着天天让我慢慢的更加进步吧，来到这个赛场。
All right. Firstly, I wanted to say thank you to our coach team because they paid a lot of attention and give me a lot of personal exercises so that I can be this good and trying to get to this arena and participate in such an amazing tournament. The following one, you're going to be dealing with one of the team between Weibo and Chongqing Wolves. Who's going to be your most anticipated opponent? 北京卫博和狼队想要碰到谁呢？下一场比赛？
狼队吧。
原因呢？
原因想复个仇吧。
All right, I think I wanted to see Chongqing Wolves in the next round because we definitely want to look for a revenge. Thank you so much for your time, 轩然，非常感谢你接受我们的采访。And it's the end of the interview. We're going to be take a short break before we come back. Stay tuned.